Am I the meanest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the prettiest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Pawn's drunk.
Well, who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
Who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
I can't hear you.
Pawn's drunk. AKA Mr. Moonshine himself.
Of Harlem.
You already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, El Sazón, El Borracho, El Pastor del Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this side of heaven. God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know it's fight week. Once again in the sport of boxing, man. April is lit. May's lit. It's going to begin to, of course, it's going to be the beginning of May. And Cinco de Mayo. ¿Qué es esa vaina? Okay. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Wasn't thinking about going live, but I say, you know what, man? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about this subject, man. Number one Packers in the building. What's good, man? Number one Packers in the building. Erratic. Mike, haters will hate, especially on Canelo fight week. I already know it's Canelo fight week, Cinco de Mayo. This Saturday versus Dmitry Bivol, the 175-pound champion, WBA title on the line. Excuse me. Hold on. Well, said Boogie. Okay. Paco in the building. What's good? Brian Guzman in the building. What's good, man? Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Canelo Alvarez, the pound-for-pound king of the sport of boxing. Libra por libra, número uno. Canelo Alvarez, a.k.a. King Nelo, a.k.a. Cartelo, a.k.a. Payday, a.k.a. Get the fuck out of here, man. Back in the ring. This past weekend, we had again a memorable fight, historic fight. Not only in women boxing, but just the history in the sport of boxing. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor won a split decision versus Amanda Serrano. Also had Shakur Stevenson beating Oscar Valdez, and that was a great win. Two-division world champion on my currently pound-for-pound list. Yes, he's made my pound-for-pound list. Shakur Stevenson. Ioka is out of my pound-for-pound list. Let me say it right quick. Pound-for-pound list. Canelo Alvarez number 1. Number 2. Alexander Usyk number 3. Bud Crawford number 4. I'm saying but what was it? But I think his Bud is Bud is no. Inoue is 3. Bud Crawford 4. Josh Taylor 5. Errol Spence 6. Jamel Charlo 7. Estrada 8. Shakur Stevenson 9. And Stephen Fulton 10. It's my pound-for-pound list, y'all. Man on Fire TV was good, man. Man on Fire TV was good. Subscribe to the channel. Everybody right now, man. I know it's not sending the notification and stuff like that. I already posted several videos in the span of 24 hours. So, you know, when it's 24, they notify, you know, when you upload a video, three videos in between the 24 hours. But yeah, man, want to talk about this. Boston Jorge in the building was good. Boxing itself is going to name Canelo greatest of all time. Ain't no stopping it. Facts. Think so? The greatest of all time? Shit, it's hard, man. This is a 100+ year sport of boxing, man. A lot of great fighters. But of course, he's one of the greatest already. 4-division world champion, super middleweight undisputed. Trying to be a 2-time world champion, 175. He already beat Kovalev, and now trying to beat Dmitry Bivol. And hopefully after that, he won't fight a trilogy with Triple G and just go for the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol. And maybe we could see Canelo Alvarez achieve and becoming a undisputed in two different type of divisions in less than a year. That's going to be remarkable. It's going to be awesome. So there's a story out there, ladies and gentlemen. I read the title, see the thumbnail. Let me get the story right quick. Let's get the story right quick, y'all. Let's read. The boxing scene. Tom Brown, we offer Canelo $45 million for Charlo, $55 million for Spence at 164 catchweight, or Benavidez at 168. Let's read along. The first two fights of Canelo Alvarez 3-fight reunion with DAZN and Eddie Hearn's Matchroom. It's eating chili right now. Matchroom Boxing were revealed earlier this year. If the Mexican icon defeats Dmitry Bivol on Saturday night in T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Alvarez will move back down from 175-pound division to 168-pound limit for his long-awaited third showdown with rivalry Gennady Golovkin on September 17 and at a venue to be determined. A third pay-per-view fight against an unknown opponent would conclude DAZN's new agreement with Alvarez. What hasn't been revealed until now is the exact offer from Al Haymon's Premier Boxing Champions and Showtime that Alvarez turned down to accept DAZN's deal included the option of pay-per-view fights against undefeated welterweight champion Errol "The Truth" Spence. Tom Brown, whose company is TGB Promotions, represents Spence and Jamal Charlo. Informed BoxingScene.com that PBC offered Alvarez a $45 million guaranteed fight Jamal Charlo on Saturday night. And if he would have conquered Charlo, a $55 million guaranteed fight either Spence at a catchweight 164 pounds or David Benavidez at a 168-pound limit. His fights against Charlo and Spence or Benavidez all would have been contested for Alvarez IBF, WBA, WBC, and WBO super middleweight titles. Golovkin, the IBF and the WBA middleweight champion, also would have moved up from 160-pound division to challenge Alvarez for his 168-pound crowns for Alvarez beats Bivol. Let me see if they I don't gotta go through it because that's it, but all right, this is just unfortunate now the Matchroom. They'll be able to ride our coattails from our last show with Canelo, which was not an app. That show has a promotional muscle of both PBC and Showtime behind it. Who cares? They're talking about Spence. Errol Spence is the next guy in boxing, TGB said. He's already a pay-per-view star. He's doing legitimate gates. And look, he has shown his mettle. He was willing to move up more than two weight divisions to fight Canelo to bolster his legacy. It does show how special he really is. What a true champion he is. Ladies and gentlemen, look, this is what I believe. Now, I can see a lot of things in different avenues. And of course, we're going to be talking about conspiracy theories, of course, because since all of us doesn't know the ins and out on the sport of boxing in terms of the business side of things, we conclude with having a lot of conspiracy theory, breaking things down in what we found, breaking things down in our own perspective. Rap star boxing knowledge, said Errol "The Truth" though. Boston Horsehead, Bivol is the hardest fight in 2022. DG 193 was good, man. Get them likes up, smash the like button. They were cashing Spence out. Facts. And that's one of the things that I thought about. I thought about this. PBC was willing to put Errol Spence in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, the pound for pound. Libra por libra number uno, the cash cow of the sport of boxing, the most seasoned, most dangerous man in the sport of boxing today. If they was willing to put Errol Spence in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, it was a cash out deal. It was a retirement fund, in my opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, Errol Spence got in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. He'll be knocked out in less than 6 or 5 rounds. He'll probably, instead of calling his horse Ferrari, Canelo Alvarez, he'll call himself Ferrari. Because Errol Spence, with his style and high volume punching, Canelo Alvarez will wipe the floor with a Errol Spence. Now I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's doing it for the money. He's a warrior. Amir Khan did it. He got knocked the F out. Kell Brook moved up to fight Triple G. Weight classes for a reason. His eye got punched out. So either Errol Spence, this was a pension plan right here. Dave, wasn't these people saying early on last year that Charlo was washed up? And as for Spence, my man is 147. Canelo was above 168. Stop haters. Also, there's people, they may be people out there, you know what I'm saying? People be sending me messages and things of that nature, and I don't even look thoroughly with it. But of course, this is a subject that's been here for like probably 8 hours now, or probably more than that. And I was not going to touch base on that. I was going to do a video about it, but I said let's go live and talk about it. So I believe that this is what I believe, that the unfortunate part, or maybe the good thing about it is that maybe for some people it's good that Canelo Alvarez turned this deal down. Because if Canelo Alvarez would have accepted this deal and he would have fought Jamal Charlo and then probably fight Errol Spence, that we would have never seen, we haven't seen it yet, but it's for sure that Terrence Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence would have never happened. He would have fought Ugas and then waited for Canelo Alvarez, get his big payday, and then, you know what I'm saying, whatever happens, happens. Hopefully he would have stayed healthy, enjoy his farm, his family, and things of that nature. That would have been his cash out. That would have been his cash out. Errol Spence was not going to move back to the 147 pounds after going to the 164. We already know that Errol Spence been saying that it's hard for him to make the weight. If he would have made that weight to the 164, he was never going to come back down to the 147. Thus, we was never going to see Terrence Bud Crawford or Errol Spence. Not even that. PBC has no intentions of putting Errol Spence in the ring with Bud Crawford if that was the deal on the table. Now, when we're talking about a deal on the table, this is just not a deal on the table that just sits right there a couple of days, they just draw it. This is a deal that's probably been there even before that Canelo Alvarez actually fought Kalen Plant. Maybe they was trying to lock this deal down because, of course, y'all remember around this time, late this year, the Fox contract expired. So this been marinating, this offer been on the table for more than probably 6 months. Weird TV in the building. What's good, brother? What's good? HLD said, Rap Star, what the F your drunk nation badge? Weird TV say, yo, bro, it's crazy. I be watching other channels really trying to learn shit. You got people closing Canelo now for not taking a fight with Spence and Charlo, but they got their own business. It's funny that when Canelo Alvarez fought Amir Khan, they said why he was picking on a little guy. Right? But now Errol Spence is not a little guy. It's funny. It's funny that when people want to, create this narrative and cater to their just cater to whatever argument it is. It's funny. It's just funny how people switch up. It's funny the contradiction of the hypocrisy of people. But this is the sport of boxing. Dominic, hit the like button for the man. Ken do in the building. What's good? NC in the building. What's good, man? Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Too much bias. Now, I may be thinking that, right? If you get in the ring, that's his retirement fund. That's one thing I think about. Another thing I'm thinking about, if they would have made this deal, if Canelo Alvarez would have said, yes, let me fight Charlo and Errol Spence. You know that Errol Spence was never going to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. Lately, I've been talking about the ranking system. A lot of people always want to talk about the belts. There's too many belts and things of that nature. Man, there's too many belts. We got to let go of the belts. The real problem in the sport of boxing is actually the ranking system. It's actually the ranking system, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. And I've been telling the folks that you got to understand. You got to understand. I did a video once before, and I said that is Keith Thurman was going to be in the way. I mean, before we see Terrence Bud Crawford or Errol Spence, one of these guys is going to have to face Keith from Tom Thurman. You got to remember, Al Heyman is the manager and advisor of Keith from Tom Thurman. If you put Bud Crawford, I'm just talking about business now. Y'all could agree or disagree. I'm just talking about the business of the sport of boxing. Sometimes we got to talk about the business of the sport of boxing and understand how things move. You could understand without liking it or liking it, whatever, but you got to understand this. One of the most lucrative fight, well, probably arguably the most lucrative fight in PBC under the PBC banner is Errol Spence versus Keith and Tom Thurman, right? Now, if they had a deal that Errol Spence is going to be fighting Canelo, then probably the deal that probably they will have for Bud Crawford is for him to fight a Keith and Tom Thurman, a pay-per-view fight. All of a sudden, Keith and Tom Thurman, that was never ranked in the WBO, in the span, well, just several weeks ago, Keith and Tom Thurman becomes number 4 in your WBO ranking. Out of nowhere. You remember when I saw this? When it was Sean Porter? Remember when Sean Porter was not ranking the WBO? And I said, yo, Virgil Ortiz was number 1. He was supposed to be the mandatory to Terrence Bud Crawford. Now they got Sean Porter to be the WBO, and all of a sudden they put him as a mandatory to a Bud Crawford. And now I'm saying, how did Keith Thurman land in the WBO ranking when he's never in his whole career was not even ranked in the WBO in March, February, January of this year? All of a sudden, several weeks ago, Keith Thurman lands in the number 4 spot in the WBO. Because, of course, if Bud Crawford takes a volunteer fight of the WBO, you will have to be ranked in the top 15. Guess what? Keith Thurman now is number 4. Guess what might happen? The fight that you think is not going to happen, the fight that I've been saying it might happen, and it makes business sense because, hey, it is the sport of boxing. We never get what we want. Keith Thurman is lined up to get the Bud Crawford fight. Now, for the people that I'm saying, Canelo Alvarez is ducking Errol Spence, you smoking 1986 crack alongside with Pookie and them in New Jack City. Canelo Alvarez has been in the ring with Triple G. Canelo Alvarez has been in the ring with the likes of Floyd Mayweather, been in the ring with Austin Trout, been in the ring with Daniel Jacobs, been in the ring with Kovalev, been in the ring with a lot of talent, been in the ring with a lot of legends, been in the ring with Cotto, been in the ring with Sugar Shane. Ladies and gentlemen, the smaller guy in Errol Spence will not live to pass 5 or 6 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. He'll probably make the southpaw look like Billy Joe Saunders. Now we like Errol the True Spence. Errol the True Spence is one of the top fighters, one of the pound-for-pound fighters in the sport of boxing. But he will not last with Canelo Alvarez. That was a retirement paycheck for Errol the True Spence. And knowing that he was on the table as an offer tells me that PBC had no indication of putting Terrence Bud Crawford versus Errol the True Spence. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you've been following the channel. I've been saying for a long time that Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford is not going to happen. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm pessimistic about it. Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence will never happen. Now, I could be proven wrong, but the only way I could be proven wrong if they ever announce it. I am going back to my gut feeling. Bud Crawford, Errol Spence will never happen. I don't care what they tweet. I don't care what Errol Spence said he wants next. No. Because if Canelo Alvarez would have took that fight, all this thing is all talk. All talk. All tweets. Prove it to me that it's going to happen. As of now, as just several months ago, there will be no indication. They showed us that they had no interest of putting Bud and Spence. They had no interest. If that deal was on the table, they had no interest of Bud and Spence. Y'all should even thank Canelo Alvarez for not taking this deal. Salute, Punch. You spoke truth on your last video about Boo Boo. Good looking out, man. Shout out to Boo Boo Andre. Hopefully his show to get better. There's a lot of haters out there that you know what I'm saying, has given the powers that be that pass. Everybody got a pass for avoiding Dmitry Andre, an Olympian, one of the most skillful fighters in boxing. But since he doesn't have a large fan base to debunk narratives and debunk, the narrative that they put on his name, then, it is what it is, man. Everyone should boycott PBC. Now I'm not even gonna boycott. I don't think that they should boycott the PBC because at the end of the day, man, it's just business. You know what I'm saying? It's just business. It's whether we like it or not. These fighters, it's not about that. These fighters have signed if they sign with a management company, a promotional company, and things of that nature, it is what it is. If put it this way, if Canelo Alvarez ducked anything, you know what he ducked? The easiest route. Yeah. Okay. Canelo Alvarez, yes, punch run boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine, el adobo, el sazón, el borracho, el pastor de boxeo is going to say it right here, right now. Yes, Canelo Alvarez ducked the easy route. Teapot in the building, what's good, man? Egg in the building, what's good? Canelo Alvarez is a ducker. Canelo Alvarez is a ducker. He ducked the easiest route. He ducked it. He ducked by beating up the little guy, the smaller guy, let's say not the smaller guy, but the lighter guy, Charlo, and then going back to back and fighting a lighter guy in Errol Spence or David Benavidez. Respect punch. You speaking fast. Canelo only ducked the weak game. He went for masterclass instead of finding nobodies. Facts. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Weird TV said, when Earl moves up, he can't get that work after Canelo finishes his business. And they finish their business talking about some welterweights. Now let's not also neglect things that Eddie Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez has said in the past. They have said in the past that the only person that they will move to the 160 and fight was Earl the True Spence. So let's not neglect that either. Let's not neglect anything. We don't neglect nothing. Let's make that point that Canelo Alvarez said that the only way that he will go back into 160 pounds, his trainer, Eddie Reynoso stated, what was it, like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years, that the only way they will go back to the 160 and the only fighter that can make them go back to the 160 was Earl the True Spence. Now, the catch weight that's reported was in 164. This is not really on Errol Spence. Errol Spence is gonna if Canelo's Alvarez on the table, he's willing to take it. He was willing to take it because the offer was in the table. I mean, they just not gonna put any offer without talking to Errol Spence, and Errol Spence be like, yo, what the fuck y'all put an offer, man? I ain't finding that dude. They spoke to probably Errol Spence and say, hey, yo, look, we're gonna offer this to Canelo Alvarez. Would you be interested in fighting Canelo Alvarez? Would you move up 2 weight classes and a half to fight Canelo Alvarez? Errol Spence had to say yes for that offer to be on the table. So you got to give him guts. You got to give him guts. Just like you had to give Kell Brook guts. You had to give Roy Jones moving up to the heavyweight division props. Mikey Garcia for fighting Errol Spence. You got to give him props for that. Canelo Alvarez for going up and fighting Triple G for that. And Kovalev. They say when you move up, you're what's the saying again? I always don't. What's the saying again? Daring to be great. Errol Spence was daring to be great. But even in daring to be great, we was not going to get the fight that the whole world of boxing been clamming for, been urging for, been bitching, been fighting one another, been having dialogues, debates, disrespecting one another out here in his YouTube streets. We was not going to get Bud Crawford Earl the True Spence. So for those, you should thank Canelo Alvarez for not taking the fight. I'm sorry, not the fight, but the deal. You should thank that he didn't take that. We still got a chance to see Bud Crawford or Earl Spence, because if Canelo Alvarez would have took that deal, we was never going to get that fight. That fight was never going to come to fruition. Never's going to be on the table. Take a little zippity zip of the poison. The only thing that Canelo Alvarez, what's good? Oh, my fault. I didn't even give a shout out. Give a shout out. Taylor Bell in the building. Taylor Bell in the mother effing building. What's good, brother? What's good? Now, a lot of people may see Triple X in the building. What's good? Good looking out. I saw Ryan Garcia follows you on Twitter. Props, Moon. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, I speak real, man. You know what I'm saying? I speak the real-ish. I say this, man. A lot of motherfuckers can hate me out here, but you know what? A lot of promoters may not want me in their show, or may not grant me no media credentials, but I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm gaining the respect of fighters. Because at the end of the day, I always say fighters are modern-day warriors, modern-day gladiators. They put their life on the line for pure entertainment. I'm here to preserve the sport of boxing and preserve the fighters that risk their lives. Because they don't have too many platforms. Y'all already know how mass media just pushing them to a side. There's the only type of platform that praise them. And there's a lot of channels out there that hates, devalues, discredit fighters and things of that nature. That's why that's why I love what I do for my channel. I love what I do for the subscribers and the followers and the people that support me, because I love to talk great about Canelo. I love to talk great about Demetrius Andre. I like to talk great about the Charlo brothers. I like to talk great about Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Bud Crawford, Inoue Nonito, all the opposite fan base, Wilder, Fury. A lot of channels can't do that. A lot of channels can't be like, hey, yo, Tyson Fury is the best. Hey, yo, Deontay Wilder is the best. A lot of channels can't do that. I'm not here to tear no fighter down. We're here to preserve the sport of boxing, preserve the fighters, but also, of course, critique them and hold them accountable for certain things that they do. But not to the point where you want to tear a fighter down, because at the end of the day, we got to understand, this is the facts, is that most of these fighters, 98% of them cannot control their own career. Their business handlers do. The people in the cookie jar, they got their hands in the cookie jar, the guys in suits, they the one that control this ish. So when a fighter asks that I want this, the promoter said, hey, I'm investing money on you. I'm going to tell you who you need to fight. Matchmakers get a lot of money. That's why there's matchmaker jobs. Trust me, if you tell a fighter who he want to fight, they was going to fight the best. They've been fighting the elites and the amateurs as well. That's why you see Shakur Stevenson doing what he's doing. What he did in the amateurs, what he did in the Olympics and things of that nature, the silver medalist. That's why you see Keyshawn Davis look the way that he looked. That's why you see T.O. look the way that he looked. A lot of people will be like, hey, yo, but Ryan Garcia, man, and Devin Haney, y'all out there, this guy's scared of this one, this guy's scared of the man. They fought 6 or 7 times. And they're scared of nobody. Boots Ennis is scared of this one. Boots Ennis, I mean, Bud and Spence is scared of Boots, man. Antoine Russell beat Boots in the amateurs. Ain't nobody scared of nobody. The investors are the one that's fearful. They're the one that's scared to lose out in their investments. Good looking out, Triple X. But the only thing that Canelo Alvarez is ducking is the easy route. Let's not forget that we're praising a guy, Earl the True Spence, for going up in weight to fight a Canelo. But guess what? What is Canelo Alvarez doing right now? Huh? When do we start critiquing somebody and start devaluing somebody or discrediting somebody for looking down on somebody? Oh, he don't want to fight Charlo, so you want Canelo Alvarez to go from 175, 15 pounds? And you know what's 15? You know, 1 pound is a lot in the sport of boxing. So Canelo Alvarez have to look down in weight, and you want to shame him to fight the little guy? But y'all was talking shit when he fought Amir Khan. But now he got to fight. Oh shit, he ducked Earl. What? Matter of fact, I'm glad that he don't fight Earl. I want to see more of Earl. That just tells me that Errol Spence is on his way out. That tells me Errol Spence got 2 more fights left in his career. That's what it tells me. Yes. Errol Spence was willing to fight Canelo Alvarez, move up 2.5 weight class because it's a catch weight, 164. He's going to get his ass, his teeth, his nose, his head kicked in. Yeah. I'm going to give him the heart. But you talking about Canelo Alvarez. You talking about the 4th division world champion. You talking about the super middleweight undisputed. You talking about the guy that's right now, he's on Mamba mode. He's on Jordan mode. This ain't just no walk in the park. You talking about the best of the best. Canelo Alvarez will lay you out. Canelo Alvarez will finish the business. Canelo Alvarez is a finisher. Canelo Alvarez, where is Billy Joe Saunders? He's out. He might never return. Sorry, Errol Spence don't got the footwork to at least keep himself alive for like Caleb Plant did. He don't got the footwork to keep himself alive. He don't got the footwork. He's a come forward fighter. Guess what will happen to Earl? He will get knocked the fuck out. Like Amir Khan. Out. Ugas hurt. Ugas hurt Errol Spence. And he ain't even a puncher like that. Could you imagine? And let's also not forget that Canelo Alvarez got a chin. Probably the best chin in the sport of boxing. Oh, no. Thank you, Canelo Alvarez. You saved Errol Spence's career. Or maybe Errol Spence just wanted that money and bounce. Spence outboxed Floyd in sparring. That's sparring, my brother. That's sparring. You know what I'm saying? I seen dudes do their thing in sparring. Come fight night, 8-ounce glove, and the lights all turned up. Man, Floyd Mayweather will school the shit out of Errol the true Spence. Don't believe in the sparring. The sparring is sparring. Sparring is sparring. You know what I'm saying? Sparring is sparring, man. It's a different type of game. We talking about Floyd right here. We talking about Floyd. Canelo would do Spence worse than the Ferrari. Shit. You better not even call his horse Ferrari. You better call Canelo Ferrari 2.0. You know? I think Canelo Alvarez did him a favor. Sometimes I don't think that where people understand what they're walking themselves into. But I admire the testicular fortitude. I didn't have a problem with Kell Brook taking the fight with Triple G. You know what I had a problem with? Is him coming back down 2 weight classes to fight a hungry Errol Spence and drain himself. I don't blame Roy Jones for going to heavyweight. I think we saw what happened when he came back down to light heavyweight. In the history of the sport of boxing, nobody comes back 2 weight classes and succeed. Roy Jones Jr., yes, he beat Bernard Hopkins that first fight, but this is the reason why they had the rematch. It's the reason why they had a rematch. This is boxing, man. You just can't build up. People are going to be like, hey, yo, but Errol Spence walk around at 180. So that's nah, man. That's different. That's different. Damn, there's like 10 videos saying that Canelo was ducking Spence. People are crazy, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's what people, of course, man, this is YouTube. You understand what I'm trying to say? This is YouTube. People want to get the cat. It's a catchy title. It is what it is. People want to talk about it. I mean, the deal was there. The offer was there. So, of course, people are going to be talking about it. Now, people are going to give their perspective, their opinions. My opinion is that if Canelo Alvarez would have took the deal, you know what I'm saying, the offer, then we know for sure that fight, that Canelo, that Errol Spence was never going to be fighting Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford right now is playing what you call like the second, like the chick that what you call it, like second sloppy seconds. Bud Crawford right now with sloppy seconds. Lose all the fast twitch muscle mass, cutting weight too quick. Yep. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Hold on. La ofrenda, la ofrenda, la ofrenda. La ofrenda. The hate can't get any lower for Canelo Alvarez. The hate for Canelo Alvarez just can't get any lower. First, people say he's a cheater, but you want your favorite fighter to face Canelo Alvarez. For what? If he's a cheater, why would you want your favorite fighter to fight him? Why? The only boycott people should be doing is, I want Canelo Alvarez out the sport of boxing. You shouldn't even want. That's like you telling your friend to go keep dating and marry the chick that keeps on cheating on them. Yeah, marry her, bro. Yo, she cheating on me. So fuck what? She a cheater. So what? Marry her. Live with her. If y'all think that Canelo Alvarez is a cheater, you wouldn't want your favorite fighter to fight Canelo Alvarez. Why would you want that? Spence at 160 versus Canelo was a joke. Canelo will run him over. In 164, yeah, it will be a little bit drained for Canelo Alvarez, right? But even with that, the best thing that Canelo Alvarez did is not fight Errol Spence. He would damage Errol Spence. He will permanently damage Errol the True Spence. And not because I don't feel like Errol Spence is a very, very, very good fighter. It's because styles make fights. Errol Spence styles is a high volume puncher where it's subjective for him to get counter. Errol Spence stays in line. Canelo Alvarez, who's the best counter puncher in the game, will murk Errol Spence in that ring. Yes, I'm saying it. Yes. Canelo Alvarez, Errol Spence have the perfect style for him to murk Errol Spence in that ring. Yes. You don't want Errol Spence versus Canelo Alvarez. He don't have the style to go past 6 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. Does he got the heart? Does he got the, you know what I'm saying, probably the Texas strength? He couldn't make KO Mikey Garcia. He broke the orbital bone of Ugas. Broke the orbital bone of Kell Brook. Had a tough time with Sean Porter. Earl Sexual will say, how can he duck Spence if he wants to fight Canelo? And in the same breath say Canelo was ducking Charlo and Benavidez by going to fight Bivol. It's crazy, Drew. Good looking out, Drew. It's crazy, brother. It's like, yo, it's funny because there's situations when people be like, they forgot the narrative. People forgot the narrative that they forgot to spit or what they supported, the narrative they supported. Like, yeah, he's ducking Charlo. Well, how about if he would have fought Errol Spence? Because the same people that vouched for Errol Spence vouched for David Benavidez. The same people that shamed Canelo with David Benavidez is the same people that vouched for Errol Spence. So if Errol Spence, if he would have beat Jamal Charlo and then he had to choose, remember, it's Errol Spence or David Benavidez, and he says Errol Spence, y'all would like that fight. It's funny. It's funny that that Canelo Alvarez was critiqued for fighting the little man in Amir Khan, but he won't be critiqued to fighting the little man, Errol the True Spence. Shit is crazy. Good looking out, Drew. Boom, boom, Boom. He said, it's not unrealistic for Spence to make 164 and perform well. Look how good Brook did against Triple G. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I said, yeah, he'll do. Yeah, for 5 rounds. You know, I get it. For 5 rounds. Yeah. Kell Brook did good. Kell Brook got his over the bone bro shattered. That's what happened to Kell Brook. What happened to Kell Brook was the worst mistake of his career. Yeah, go get that money. And look what happened. Downhill throughout his whole career. He was never the same. He never the same for chasing that, what, $4 million purse or something like that? Yes, it was daring to be great. Giving him credit. We're going to give Errol Spence credit. Yes, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give him credit to get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. The balls to get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. But Canelo Alvarez will end your career and will permanently damage you. Canelo is nothing to play with. He's nothing to play with. Errol Spence is a come forward fighter. Come forward the way that, oh my goodness gracious. I didn't want to see, I don't want to see him permanently damaged like that. He escaped life once. I don't know. That's a 50-50. What's a 50-50? Jay will win. What's a 50-50? He said Earl Sexual are so cute. Bivol will hurt Spence. HOD and Rapstar are still in love. Nothing gonna change my boy. Dude still hating on LeBron. Open up the panel. Almost, I do it, my brother Joe. I do it. Let me set the table up for everything else. You know what I'm saying? I will give me like 10, 15. Give me the 10, 15. I want to just set the table and say, because when I let people on the panel, then I really, you know what I'm saying, forget to say certain things because I want to let everybody else talk. You know what I'm saying? Spence don't want to fight Canelo. He knows he can't beat. And remember, they said that he was in that Errol Spence won the table. It was Errol Spence or David Benavidez. So they probably just, hey yo, we're gonna use you, Earl, because we're trying to get the deal with Canelo Alvarez. So we're just gonna give him the or, right? Give him the Errol Spence or Benavidez, but you might not be available, but we're gonna use you as bait. That's another way. Set the dinner table and make the dessert first. Then I got you. I got you, Drew. So maybe with the or, because remember, it's Errol Spence or David Benavidez for the 55 mil. Or was they using Errol Spence as bait in that offer to lure Canelo Alvarez in? I may think so. Earl selling his old, like Martin sold belt to AJ. Drew. Look at that, Drew. Raps are you won't take the bet because you know I got my foot on your mom effing neck. Let Spence fight. I mean, that's what the sport of boxing want, right? 5G. That's what the sport of boxing want. But I'm gonna tell you like this: if Canelo Alvarez would have taken that deal, we never gonna see this fight. So now it just made me think like PBC never had intentions to put Bud and Spence. PBC had no intentions of putting Bud and Spence. It makes me, it can make your mind go crazy. It can make, so did Errol Spence pull out of that fight because did Errol Spence pull out of the Manny Pacquiao fight because of that? Was it real? Was it, and look, I'm not saying it, but I'm just saying that these decisions that Now that we're hearing this, look, they announced that Canelo Alvarez is going to be, when they announced that Canelo Alvarez signed with the Zone, that's the several days later is when they announced that Errol Spence is going to be fighting Ugas. In like 7 weeks left, right? I think it was 6-7 weeks. It looked like they was waiting, right? They was waiting to see what they're going to do. They was waiting on it. Let's wait on what Canelo Alvarez is going to do, and then we're going to announce if Errol Spence is going to be fighting Dennis Ugas. Yo, this is the sport of boxing, man. This is the sport of boxing. They be like, hey, yo, Errol Spence, you're going to be fighting Manny Pacquiao. Whoa. Guess what? Wait. We got Canelo Alvarez right now. He's going to be fighting Caleb Plant, and we're working on the deal. So, man, you know what I'm saying? Canelo Alvarez could do the same. I mean, Manny Pacquiao could do the same thing to Errol Spence, what he did to Keith Thurman. We can't afford this man that we actually had Keith Thurman fight Manny Pacquiao so he could take the torch. But damn, that shit fucked us up. Now he's going to be fighting Errol the True Spence. How about if Manny Pacquiao beats him and then we can't get him that Canelo fight? Nah. Something wrong with his eye. Something wrong with his eye. Something wrong with his eye. See, a lot of shit is now, a lot of conspiracy theories that's coming through my head now. Now it's coming through my head. Was it really the eye injury, or they was just like, well, let me put this man, let's pull Errol Spence out of this Manny Pacquiao fight and let's hold him, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to have to negotiate with Canelo Alvarez. We need that Fox contract. Both fighters great, but that was a great I think they're great. Let me see. How does Canelo beating smaller Spence increase his legacy? It doesn't. The same. It will. People gonna critique Canelo Alvarez. Can you imagine if Canelo Alvarez would have fought Jamal Charlo right now in Cinco de Mayo, and then David Benavidez or Errol Spence, and he would have picked Errol Spence? Do you know what people would have said? Matter of fact, Michael Boo is a harder fight for Canelo Alvarez than Errol Spence. Moving up to cruiserweight, it's harder. Really? The same people would have never critiqued them? So the same people would have been like, oh shit, yo, that's what's up. Yo, he's going to fight our boy Errol Spence. He's going to fight the smaller guy? Then that would have been cool? Their whole narrative will fuck up. People's narrative, whoever the haters of Canelo Alvarez, they don't know what to hate. Remember what they say. Look. Yeah. Kings of the Commonwealth. No. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Canelo, you called me out. How dare you take that deal in the table of PBC so you could fight a Charlo? And then you fight the little guy, Errol Spence? Huh? What about me? What about Makabu? I'm cruiserweight. You called me out. I am the only man that you have called out. I am the only man that you have filed a petition to fight. What about me? Maybe you are chicken. Maybe you are ducking me. I'm supposed to be Black Panther. I ain't supposed to be the next. Canelo. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Las Vegas and I ain't going to Bivol and you're going to have to fight me. I ain't going to be the substitute teacher and I'm going to school your ass. No, he's no good. Michael Boo is going to the media workout tomorrow. I ain't going to go to the media workout and I'm going to see Bivol. This is no fair. This is supposed to be me. This is supposed to be my moment. Fuck that shit. Who's looking? Oh, who is he? It was him. He was the Ukraine man. He's running. He's running, Bivol. It was him. The Ukraine man is running. Canelo, now you have to fight me. Bivol is not available for you. Why people hate Canelo Alvarez so much? Huh? Because he don't got a suntan? Huh? I mean, I thought that we, as boxing fans, always critique fighters by not fighting a lot. He's fighting enough. We critique that we don't see the best fighting the best. He's fighting a champion. He's moving up, daring to be great once again. So he's moving up, daring to be great. He's fighting a champion, an undefeated champion. Somebody is bigger, somebody that's stronger, somebody that got bigger. He giving up all the natural advantages to Bivol. And still, you shame him. You shame him with a fighter that's going to be fighting Sulecki. You shame him with a smaller guy. If you're a boxing fan at this point, it's a shame that you would take the time to hate a Canelo Alvarez. You just can't hate him. You're not a real boxing fan of me. You don't gotta be that. You don't gotta be a fan of Canelo, but you can't hate him. Maybe you don't like his style, but you can't hate him. You can't hate him. You can't shame him. El San says, salute Chico. Who hates him? You know who hates him. We know. Well, too many people hate him. You know who hate him. You know who hate him. We in the same community, Khan. We in the same community. You know who hate him. And the haters know, yeah, and probably they watching right now. Yeah, I hate that motherfucker. No. People say that Canelo Alvarez doesn't fight black skill fighters. Well, I'm going to tell you like, I mean, black slick fighters. Well, I'm going to tell you like this. Errol Spence ain't slick. He ain't slick. That's what they say. That Canelo Alvarez is scared to fight black slick fighters. Errol Spence ain't slick. Errol Spence is a banger. And if you bang with Canelo, Canelo will lay your ass out. And because of the style, Errol Spence won't last 5 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. He won't last 5 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. He won't last 5 rounds with Canelo Alvarez because of his style. Yeah, it's just YouTube. That's why, but I'm a YouTube channel, right? So we're just talking about the people in YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We're just talking about YouTube, Twitter, and shit like that. Of course, we can't talk about the industry. The industry of boxing don't even talk about boxing. I mean, in mass media sense, you know. Let me see. I'm gonna send the link. Who want to talk about this shit? Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Send the link. Send the link. Who wants to go to the panel and talk about this shit? Who wants to talk about this shit? Do you want to talk about Makabu? Do you want to talk about Errol Spence? Do you want to talk about Canelo? Do you want to talk about Dmitry Bivol? Do you want to talk about Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor and the robbery, if it was a robbery? Put my man Pop.
Dennis told me. Dennis let us know. Said it never means me. Had a matter bone. Wait a minute. What do you mean? What do you mean? Screaming right out low.
Pancho. Haven't seen Pancho in a long time, man. I haven't put Pancho in a while. I haven't put Pancho in a while, son. Also, yes, he dropped the video. Y'all already know, just dropped the video. Teofimo Lopez. Team talking to Josh Taylor team and Top Rank. Probably going to be making that fight come to fruition this summer, because I feel like Josh Taylor, of course, is Rapstar Boxing Knowledge in the building. The voice of the UK, London, Manchester.
What's happening, my brother?
Sheffield.
What's happening to the chat? What's happening, bruv? Listen, I'm giving HLD a hard time because that bitch is my prostitute. And let me tell you why, Punch, before he comes with his loud microphone. Yes, I bet him $100, whatever. But I fined him. I told him it's going to be £100 now because of the way that you made excuses. It's the way that he's tried to change the goalposts. It's the way my prostitute tried to say, oh, but Rapstar, listen, my prostitute HLD said, yo, Rapstar, can I please change the rules? Can we do this, though? Can we do that? I said, listen, you lost. Stop screaming. You don't need to make a big thing. But I fined him, Punch. It was $100. I made it £100 on that day because the bitch made excuses on such a historic fight. And then he tried to get out the bet. So I believe HLD knows I don't give a fuck about money. I don't give a fuck about his $100, $500, $600, but I will never bet that low-life scum again. Ever. That bitch needs to be on the street. She needs to go working. And that's why I put a fine on that bitch. She needs to pay me £100 now. I've changed the bet. It's £100. She lost. Otherwise, go on the street, go suck it, and bring my 42.60. Because now I don't want the $100 bet anymore. Because of the reason, the way he made excuses, the way he said he don't have a cash app. Just because I put him under pressure, at the end, he paid. But he owes the fine. Otherwise, she needs to go on the street and get me that money.
Punch Drunk, think about it this way. Canelo's legacy is so great that even Floyd and Ward hate on him. And Canelo still ain't finished yet. Yeah, man. Everybody hated on Canelo Alvarez. But, you know, the fighters and contemporaries in the present time has a lot of respect for Canelo Alvarez, man. HLD in the building.
Man, I don't want to hear him, man. He screams, he talks rubbish. I don't want to hear him.
Punch Drunk Boxing. Punch Drunk Boxing. Please go to your Twitter and please download the video.
Man, no, we don't care about the video.
I got it was the receipts are gonna be filled because you are a fucking scamming losing bitch.
No,
you fucking loser.
You're a fake.
You are a loser. You would. Oh, now you want to talk about race, you racist bitch. You racist prick. You fuck out of here, you faggot. You fucking faggot. You loser. I swear to God, you lucky you all the way across the pond, bitch.
$50 on your money. £35 today.
You bitch.
Fish and chips.
You bitch. I'm glad you did, but did you buy a badge? Look at you. Did you buy a badge? Did you buy a badge?
Listen, I had a good meal today.
Did you buy it? Good.
Oh, man.
I paid my badge. Good. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
It was amazing.
Oh, so I paid my bet in full now, right? You wouldn't take that to $500, would you?
Look,
why didn't you want to take the bet, Rapstar? Why didn't you want to? I'll give you another $500.
You lost.
If I can't prove you're lying, bitch.
Poxy money, you
go ahead.
Pay my fucking money, you bitch.
Go ahead. Prove it.
Shut up.
Go ahead. Let's prove it.
You ain't worth nothing.
Let's go. Let's go. $500. $500 if I can't prove you're lying, bitch.
You owe me money. And pay my fine.
$500 if I can't prove. But if I prove you're lying, bitch, you are banned from Punch Drunk Boxing and ever mentioning my name.
I find you, you dumb bitch. Now go outside there and get my money.
Go ahead.
You're a prostitute.
Go ahead.
You will be my prostitute on YTBC all the fucking time.
Take the bet,
you
out of your own fucking mouth. You're going to see how much of a loser you are.
Hey, look
out of your own fucking mouth,
everybody
you
hear
loser.
HLD's voice.
Go ahead.
HLD's voice
Man, bro, everybody hates that faggoty voice of yours, bro.
HLD's voice has got emotion.
Let's go. Let's go. Take it.
I've heard this,
Take the bet. Take the bet.
I got you where I want you.
Take the bet, you bitch.
I don't need your bet, you pussy.
Yeah, because you know you're about to get banned from Punch on Boxing.
You're a pussy.
Because you're not a man of integrity.
You ain't no man.
You are a scammer. You're a piece of shit hoe from across the pond.
You were making excuses on such a historic fight.
You are such a loser. You won't dare.
Fuck you.
You won't even dare.
For Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. You dumb bitch.
Play the video, please, and mute this motherfucker.
No,
he said I didn't pay. He said I didn't pay my bet.
Who the fuck are you on YouTube?
He says I didn't pay my bet.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, who am I? You know what I do? You know what I do? I pay, bro. What do you pay? You don't even have a badge on Punch on Boxing.
I scared you. I made you pay.
Go ahead.
I made you
Go ahead.
I made you pay.
Punch, you got the video? After that, I don't want no play it. And I got nothing more to say about this topic.
I already told Punch I'll put a fine on you.
All right, that's all. That's it.
I fined you.
Let's go. I want my video played.
I fined you from $100. I fined you to £100 because of the way that you acted like
you lying scamming bitch. You got no money, bro. You don't work, Rap Star.
Shut your mouth.
You don't work, Rap Star. You don't got no means, bro. I mean, if you need me to donate, I'll donate for you, bro. Do you need me to donate?
I got you hurt because you lost, and
you need me to donate.
Hold on, guys.
I'm the winner. I'm the winner. You're the loser. I'm the winner, motherfucker.
You are a scamming bitch. You need. Yeah, you racist prick.
Hold on, guys.
You racist prick.
Hold on, guys.
You piece of shit.
Yo.
Yeah.
Hold on. Zorb. What's good, Zorb?
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
HLD.
Yeah, I hear you. Hold on.
Oh, I don't know what I walked into here, man.
Hey, man. Once again, the jungle, man. He said, Taylor Bell, he said, HOE got the loudest mic in the history of you.
He's got the loudest mic in the world, and that's all that saves him. The fucking troll.
Yeah, it saves me. I'm about to play the clip where you're going to look like what you are. A fucking hypocrite. A lying scammer. Just like all the other channels I've called you. A fake ass.
Motherfucker. That's all he does is a troll.
You fake ass. You're a fake ass.
Till today, the man would never show his face to Punch. Never in his life. Hey, he's a fucking full troll.
And you show your face.
Put that faggot on there. Put that faggot on there.
Go ahead. He's got to play the video where you're proving how much of a liar you are. This is how much. No, he got to play the clip where you prove you're lying. He's got to play the clip where you lying.
on there, Punch.
You gotta play the clip that we lying, and we're done. Hey, after you play the clip, I don't even care what he says after that.
I'm gonna play that because I don't know how to download.
Okay.
Yeah. This is HOD.
Hey, it's as simple as this. He said that I bet that he betted it £100. I'm gonna prove that he betted $100. Go ahead.
Shut up, you freak. Put that fucking video up, Punch.
Hold on.
Put that video up, bro, because this guy's a freak. A true real life.
Let's go.
HLD
is right now. Let's go.
That's HLD.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna play.
Hey, do I send it to your email? The video? Do you can download it?
Yeah. Send it to the email.
HLD.
You're about to get cooked.
I don't give a fuck about you about to get cooked.
Yeah.
I find you.
Here's the bet.
Motherfucker.
Shut up.
I find you. I find you. I'm the one who told you. It's $100. Now it's £100.
No, now you look at him. Look what he said. You fucking piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. Play it.
You piece of shit.
Everybody, he's been in the chat. In the chat, what he's been saying.
What did I say?
Go ahead.
Everybody?
Go ahead.
I find you.
You clout chasing cunt.
I find you dirty motherfucking
You clout chasing cunt.
Little transvestite with a
clout chasing cunt.
Big mic.
Trans star.
I know you know what. Raise the bet. I'll give fucking $1,000. Show your face so I can find you.
I'll pay you $500 and you banned from here, bro.
Show your face $1,000 and I'll show mine.
Take it.
Tell him to show his face for $1,000 and I'll show mine.
Play it.
Let's go. No, fuck, play it. I want to find this motherfucker.
Look at that. He's scared.
I want to find this dirty bitch.
He's scared because he knows he's caught to be a liar.
Hold on, let me play the audio.
He's caught to be a liar.
Let me play.
$1,000. Show your
face. Let me play the audio. Let me play the audio.
But audio don't mean shit. I already told him.
Mute him.
Find him.
Look at that. Mute him.
The $100 is
Dude, you're fake like all the other fucking channels have got you to be. Play
That's
the tape.
what I said. The $100 is going to be fined to £100. No, that's all it is. Because you acted like
look at that. He's acting like an LDBC guy. Don't want to shut up.
So I fined you to £100.
Hold on,
you were making excuses and you didn't want to pay.
And face disfigurement.
Yeah, so fuck you about your $100. Now it's £100. You got to pay.
Shut up.
Like a balloon animal, like she did the other.
Fuck your mum, child, bitch.
She's gonna fuck her.
You're a dirty fucking sore loser. I said $100, but now it's £100. I find your motherfucking ass. Yeah, I told you yesterday you owe £100 now. All right, for all the excuses that you made. Fuck the $100. I don't care if I said $100. I'm telling you now.
Yeah. You know why he's saying that? Because he's a man of no integrity. You're a bitch. You're a loser.
That I'm gonna make it £100.
No,
I told him that.
You're a loser, man. Now you lying.
I'm making it £100.
You wouldn't vouch for that. Did he say that on the back?
Pay that money.
What did he bet?
You're my bitch. Pay that money.
You wouldn't even shut up for the audience to hear all the shit you were talking in the chat because you a liar. You are a piece of shit. You are a fucking piece of shit.
All right. Wait. Come on, man. We got another person on the panel. Zorb, what's good, man?
You dirty dog.
What? Your mama. I'll fucking the ass.
Hold on, guys. Come on, man.
You a dirty motherfucker. You would never show your face for thousands.
Come on, rap. Come on, rap.
You scared motherfucker.
I'll show it to your mama while I fucking
because you're scared.
Yo, hold on, bro. Hold on, man. Yo, rap. HOD was
such a scared man,
bro. Zorb. Talk to me,
I thought
man.
this show was about Canelo, man.
It is. What you feel, man? What you feel about that deal on the table, man?
Look, this is what I think about it, right? This is like Canelo can't win with the mainstream fans, it seems like. Like Canelo, whatever he does, he's gonna have his haters. And he can't be out there to be pleasing people that won't be pleased anyway. Like he should just do him. He wants his legacy, go fight, clear out the light heavy if he can, and maybe go into cruiser, like do 1 or 2 fights or something like that. Then he can think about going back. But
not
like,
even
you can't please these people.
Imagine going back. Shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, you can't be pleasing these fans who will not be pleased. Whatever he does, they hate him, man. Hate him. Like they're still talking about Floyd. Like, he lost to Floyd. He was 23 years old, man. 23 years old. It's like what I say. It's like Canelo fighting Ryan Garcia right now, and we're gonna be calling him great for fighting Ryan Garcia.
That's like me being married with teenage kids. I'm married and I got teenage kids. I live in a great home and stuff like that. And people still shaming me that I got dumped by a girl in the 5th grade.
You know, it's ridiculous, man. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, like whatever he does, he can't win. Like with these guys, he can't win. It's like, so in my opinion, I think he fuck those guys. They're gonna hate him anyway. Just do him. He's got enough fans for him, man. Everyone loves him. Everyone else.
What? And I think that's what Canelo Alvarez is actually doing. You know what I'm saying?
He should.
You know what I'm saying? That he got offers on the table. He took the best offer for his legacy. He was really not going to win nothing in 160. He was not going to win nothing by fighting. He was not going to win nothing by fighting Errol Spence, but he's gaining something by fighting Bivol and putting himself in position to fight the likes of the winner of the Beterbiev and Joe Smith Jr. becoming an undisputed in 175 in 2 different divisions in less than 1 year. I think that's
but he's fighting Gennady Golovkin.
But that's if in any. Look, all the contracts in boxing is not signed to fight week. To be honest,
but isn't that what Eddie Hearn's saying? Eddie Hearn says that if he beats Bivol, we already have a.
They got a 3. Remember,
we have a provisional agreement in place that Gennady Golovkin will be the next fight for Canelo Alvarez. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, but it's a 3-fight deal though. Remember, the other opponent is to name later. So in the end of the day, you still got 3 fights that you gonna own the zone.
Yeah, but the problem here is, are people gonna say the same thing like they said at 160? Now, people are gonna say this, that Canelo Alvarez isn't facing the real last guy at 175. People are going to say that the fighter they want him to fight is either the Kazakhstani Arthur Beterbiev, he'll be the one if he wins. People are going to say that Canelo should be fighting him for undisputed. So what do you think about that?
Say it again.
What do you think about people saying that why fight Gennady Golovkin and not stay at 175 to take the undisputed title? To fight that guy.
I think Canelo Alvarez have that type of power to maneuver his way out of that. I think he could take that as a third fight. Why not? He could take Triple G as a third as the third fight. Why should he take it right after the fight? If he beats Beterbiev, I'm sorry, if he beats Bivol, and then in June Beterbiev fights Joe Smith Jr., fight the winner, become undisputed, and then you got the third fight for the zone that you still owe him, and then use that for Triple G. Why it has to be right away?
But my thing is he ready to have back-to-back fights with champion after champion like that?
That's Canelo Alvarez.
He did it before, though.
I mean, Canelo Alvarez, it seems like he's using, I don't want to sound bad, but Canelo Alvarez looked like he's using Gennady Golovkin as the warm-up fight.
I think the zone is using Triple G.
Using Triple G or getting Triple G the best opportunity for him?
No, I think that they know they have wasted a lot of money on Triple G. They trying to get that money back because they always felt that they was gonna have that fight again. Remember with Golden Boy Promotions, they promised that they was gonna get the Triple G fight again.
Yeah, I hear you, but
man, I don't give a fuck about Triple G, man. Fuck the Triple G fight. That's what I'm saying. That's what Punch Up. Fuck a Triple G fight. Fuck him.
But it's already involved in the agreement of
fuck him. Fuck him. Break that shit. What they gonna do? They're gonna say sorry, Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo is not.
Man, Canelo run that shit.
Canelo not gonna break that shit. That's giving him another 60.
Man, Triple G on his way out. Is Canelo's way or is the highway?
But Canelo's gonna cash out. Why is he gonna give up that paycheck?
What paycheck?
Canelo getting big money to fight Triple G.
Canelo Punch, you must be.
Canelo's getting good money to fight big. That's big money. He's gonna get a fight. Triple G.
Yeah. I bet $100. Y'all bet $100. HLD.
Yeah, we know it was 100. But
no. That's not what you were saying in the chat. Shut up, bro.
Man, shut the fuck up.
What were you saying in the chat? What were you saying in the chat since yesterday?
Look how much I've hurt you.
You didn't hurt me, bro. You didn't hurt me.
Destroyed your life.
How you destroyed my life?
HLD paid. Hold on. HLD paid $100. He paid $100. He cashed apped it. He paid $100 that y'all bet.
When was that paid?
Hey, listen, man. Why are you talking so much, HLD? You're the one who fucked up the bet. You're the one who made excuses. You're the one who tried
excuses of what? I paid my debt immediately.
You dirty bitch.
Hold on. Let me get the super chat.
Pay the fucking money.
Drew said Canelo has earned the right to have stay busy and soft touches in between tough fights. If he's this active and Triple G has the leverage because the zone promised Triple G the fight to sign, Triple G has the zone by the balls. That too, man. That too. And isn't he still trying to fight, trying to get that money? He's suing Golden Ball Promotions and stuff like that.
Yeah, Triple G is not a soft.
I'm saying it personally. I'm looking out, Drew, but I'm just saying me personally. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, he could use the Triple G fight, of course. And there's gonna be very interested in seeing that fight. I'm just speaking my opinion. I'm like, damn, I don't want to see the Triple G. I don't really want to see the Triple G fight, but business is business. But
I'm done with that. I don't want to see that fight either. I don't think he's even worthy of it.
I don't want to see that fight. I think that he could do something Look, this Triple G could get in the way of probably him doing something that no other male fighter has ever done in the sport of boxing. Just for the fucking G. He could become a 2-division undisputed back-to-back in less than a year.
I laugh with this guy that everybody's hating.
But let's keep on going. Let's keep on going with the thing, man. Like
but you guys are hating on Triple G, not hating, but boycotting Triple G.
Hell yeah, because we want to see undisputed.
Yeah, but Punch, it's not Triple G's fault.
Fuck a Triple G.
Yeah, but it's
Fuck
not his fault.
We don't want to see that shit.
But let me
Man,
just
fuck
say
that
this.
dude, bro. We
gotta
gotta
though, Punch.
We said fuck the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury trilogy. Why we not on the same page on this?
I hear that, but what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, he needs to be going for undisputed. But if Triple G's are still a fight, some fans are still happy with that fight, bro. They still believe that it was a close fight. And who knows, Triple G might pull something out of the bag. He might shock you.
He's 40 years old.
Fuck out of here, bro.
He
40
might
years
shock you,
old.
bro.
He's gonna pull out a Viagra, bro. That's all he's gonna do.
Hey, listen, you pulled out a Viagra.
That's like you, bro.
No, the reason why I did
Just
that
like you, bro.
Let me tell you why I did that to you. You
didn't do shit to me, bro. You didn't do shit. You're just a snake like the other channels that banned you, bro. You're a snake like the other channels, bro. You didn't put nothing on me. Since day one, you couldn't hang with me, bro.
You made me put you under pressure.
Since day one.
Why did you pay the money then? If you're not scared,
because I'm a man of integrity. We bet $100. I paid
put you under pressure, you bitch. You're my
what pressure?
You're my
what pressure, ho?
Go outside there and
don't pressure, ho, man. Go sell your mama.
Some more money.
Go sell your mama.
Yeah, you sell your mama, you bitch.
Your mama.
That's what you did. Look how personal you're getting. You would never show your face for thousands.
Show your face. Show your face,
yeah,
bro.
Put your money
show
up.
Your face,
put
bro.
Your money up.
Show your face, bro.
The money and I'll give him the money so we can see who you are.
I'll pay $1,000 for you banned, bro.
Hey, after all these threats, so we can see who you are. After all these threats that you've given.
Go ahead, bro.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Rider of the Storm, David of Milano, one of the members of the channel was good. Hey, Drew, I'll put the link also. The join the member link. I just put it up on the pin. Rider of the Storm. Canelo needs to get past Bivol first. But if he's successful, he will ask the zone to give him a pass to take on the winner of Beterbiev and Joe Smith Jr. That's what I'm saying. September on ESPN. Then fight Triple G in December or January. Now, this is one thing though. I feel like it still should be on the zone, pay-per-view, the winner of Beterbiev and Joe Smith Jr. Now that's going to be up to Top Rank and Bob Arum and dealing with Eddie Hearn. And you know they've been throwing shots at each other for a while for the past almost 2 years. But I agree with you. I think that's why not? This is history, you know what I'm saying? Maybe work out a little deal that maybe take a little step aside money because we already thought that we had a signed deal. But come on, man, that's undisputed. That's something that has never been done. Back to back, 2 different divisions, back to back. That's never been done.
Have you ever thought to yourself that maybe Canelo Alvarez doesn't want to go back to back? Have you not thought to yourself? Maybe
he already said he want to become undisputed.
No way.
Have you not thought to yourself that maybe Canelo Alvarez thought, you know what? I don't want to fight Arthur Beterbiev next. I'm going to fight Gennady Golovkin. Maybe he wants to do things his way.
I'm just going by what he said. He said he would like to be undisputed.
Say what he wants. Canelo's in charge.
Oh, it's what Rapstar says. It's more important.
Hey, look at this man's voice.
It's what Rapstar says. It's more important.
HOD is so hurt. Hear his voice. Go on,
what's
you're with the funny voice here, bro.
Look how much he's hurt. Look how much.
You're the one with the funny voice.
I said I want to know.
HOD's crying like a bitch.
What's your hoe, puta?
Yeah, exactly. You know you are my hoe. That's why you paid. Yeah. You lost. Puta. You paid my money now, bitch, and shut up.
You got paid.
What?
Yeah, you better pay more. You owe me £100.
Yo, hold on. What's all right? I want to see the undisputed. What do you want to see? We can't control whatever we say. We can't control anything.
I want to see undisputed.
Okay, so I mean, so what are we?
So then, what are you saying? Being the contrarian on this panel?
I'm saying if that's the second best fight for Canelo,
it's not. It's not even the second biggest that he can make even after.
Here's the thing that everybody's missing. Canelo can't go back to back. Hold on. Canelo can't go back to back because Anthony Yard is the mandatory for the winner of fucking Smith Beterbiev, and he already said he's not taking a step aside because if he wins, he gets the Canelo fight. So it can't happen right away.
Who's this?
Anthony Yard.
No, but who are you? You just came and talk. You don't introduce yourself.
I'm talking. So fucking what?
Yeah, but you got to introduce your motherfucking self.
Man, shut up, Rapstar. Respect the panel, bitch.
Show here, bitch.
Go
shut up,
mother.
Talk to us. At least come in nicely and talk like you're fucking someone
No,
special.
look, it's because you just proved them some shit. Now he's like,
yeah,
shut up,
don't
rap
matter,
star.
but at least introduce yourself, bro. At least
I've
say
been
to
on the
me,
panel
man,
before,
this is who
bro.
I am. Talking like you're some
Drew, keep it coming, bro. Keep it going, bro.
No, shut up, HOD, you dick sucker.
He gets jealous if he's not the main source.
No,
he needs to be the.
He's a fucking wanker.
Oh, for
Thank you.
Sake, man. I need to know who the guy is, bro. How can a man just come on the chat? Yo, you don't know.
You probably, when you go to the loo, you sit down to pee.
Hey, listen, motherfucker, who the fuck are you, Einstein? Who the fuck are you, Einstein?
I'm somebody that goes to the fights all over the world, bro. I just got back from Vegas.
But why you come in there with an attitude, bro? Why can't you come in and have a proper conversation?
Look at he's hurt.
So you don't like hurt? We're just busting balls, bro. Why you get? Remember, you said HLD's in your feelings. Listen to his voice. Listen to your voice.
No, I'm keeping it real, though. I'm just having a conversation with you.
Your voice.
No, there's nothing wrong with my voice. This is how I always speak, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, he always talks like a bitch, Drew. That's his bitch voice. He always talks like that.
You're in your feelings. So, but no, Punch. Hey, bro. He's funny, though.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something, bro. I always speak like this. I'm always loud. I'm always fucking loud, man.
Okay, you want a cookie?
There's no feelings. I got passion.
He always talks like somebody's tickling his ass. You know
hey, listen, ain't nothing like that. HOD's my hater anyway. He's my hoe. So he's gonna fucking back up anybody, even if you're a fucking hoe. He's gonna back you up.
Punch in the panel. So Anthony Yard.
Shut up, bro. Let him talk, man.
I'm not in my feelings, bro. I'm having a conversation.
Shut up. Let him talk, bro.
We're off that subject already, bro. Punch.
Yeah.
So what's Canelo supposed to do if he can't get Better BF Smith next?
Say it again. I'm sorry. Say it again.
So we know Anthony Yard's gonna throw a monkey in the wrench.
It's a WBO, right?
Yes. So what's Canelo supposed to do if he beats Bivol? If he can't get Better BF Smith next, he needs to stay busy fight.
Yeah. So why? That's.
Man came here feisty like he's some fucking Einstein. Go on.
I mean,
bro, when you can fly first class, bro, when you can fly first class to all the fights and be ringside, holla at me, bro.
Hey,
all right, on welfare in this country, bro.
First class and ringside. How do you know what I know about
that guy is on welfare in this country?
Hey, listen,
bro.
Shut the fuck up, HOD. You
chill. Let
you don't even know the guy.
Man. Let Punch respond. Chill.
Yeah, but listen, hey, bro, how do you know what I know about boxing?
Oh my God, it's not about you, bro. Let's talk about the topic.
It's not the Warp Star show. It's the Punch Drunk, El Sazon, El Borracho show, bro.
No, but you said that you go ringside, and then I need to talk to you because you go ringside.
I said, holla at me when you can afford my
how do you know what I know about boxing, bro?
That's not what I said, bro.
How can you sit there?
You don't get no pussy,
ringside?
Yo, he does.
You don't get no pussy, bro. I can tell. You don't get no pussy,
why do you have to talk to me a certain way that you go ringside?
Yo, man. Even the trainer of the year cooked his ass, bro. That's how bad he gets it,
man,
bro.
this geezer. See, HLD, he's hurt anyway. I killed him. I've killed him for life.
HLD pays his bets.
Yeah, but he ain't paid shit. He owes me more because I'll find that motherfucker.
You see what I mean? He's on welfare, man. And the thing is, he's desperate, bro.
But are you across the pond? You're too faithful.
Yeah,
what's
good,
bro. Mixie, what's good? Mixie Magic, what's good? Annalise, what's good? Bo, you're 215. Rick, what's good? General, what's good?
That's dedication, though. He 8 hours ahead, so I give him some.
Man, what's good?
Motherfucker sits ringside and he needs all that respect. Shut the fuck up, pussy.
Do you think so?
You go fuck your mother, you bitch.
I think, but even
that guy doesn't even pay a membership on Punch Young Boxing, bro. He's on this panel.
Don't worry about that, man. We're not talking about that
loser.
Right now.
So you think the winner? So hold on, man. Oh, come on. So you think the winner of Joe Smith Jr. and Beterbiev is gonna be facing Anthony Yard? You think so?
Well, based on what Anthony Yard said in that interview, Punch, he said, "Why would I fight Buatsi or any of these other guys when I'm in line for a title shot?"
Shit, I haven't. I haven't.
Is he a mandatory for real?
That's what he was talking like it.
You gotta look that up, Punch.
I'm not gonna touch base on that one because also I want to see the timetable of the mandatory. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a 6 month or the year. Where is
through what sanctioning body is he talking about? Maybe that
WBO.
WBO.
Yeah.
Is there a super in that division or no?
Nah.
No.
Not in 175 and 168. Not in 168 either. Only in 160. That is Demetrius Andre. He's the super. That's it. and it was the meet. You know, it was Bud Crawford just became Super WBO.
When is the better be fight?
Super WBO, and Teofimo Lopez was Super WBO.
When is that better be fight?
They said June. I don't even know. Did they set the date? I know I did a video about
Bob
it.
Arum said June.
So it's June. So at minimum 6 months. So you know, if they want to have a fight, like they want to fight in October, they have they have time to beat the mandatory time frame. 6 months.
Now we don't know if they will, because remember the WBO, they just come out of nowhere. Sometimes they put you Super WBO. They put Super WBO on Demetrius Andrade the night before he fought Jason Quigley. They did the same thing the night before Teofimo Lopez fought George Kambosos.
Yeah, they made him super at the weigh-ins.
So maybe with this fight, there's a 3-belt, you know what I'm saying, unification bout. They probably do that. Slap Beterbiev. Or
oh yeah, but hey, Ryder the Storm has a great point, and we forgot is that don't unifications trump mandatories?
Yeah, it trumps mandatory, yeah. but it has to be in between that year span.
Yeah,
like it just can't. Let's say like you just can't not. Let's say after the 12 months and be like, there's a unification by now. It don't work like that. People think it works like that. Look, it just trumps. No, it gotta be. You could fight whoever you want to fight in between those 12 months. I mean, in between the 12 months. You know what I'm saying? But after that, nah, it just doesn't trump.
And here's what I think, though, Punch. But based on what Bob Arum's saying, I think he wants Canelo to finish these 3 fights with DAZN and come Cinco de Mayo next year, even if it's a one-off, to not have Eddie involved, do it against the winner. Because they'll have Top Rank and BT will have whoever has the belt for the last piece on their side.
I don't know the promotion of but let me get this. Ryder the Storm, good looking now. He said when the WBO will allow the unification over the Mando. Depending on
yeah, my comment came from his super chat.
Hey, but yeah. the WBO does what Bobby Arim wants. The WBO does what Bobby Arim wants.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It does whatever, even the WBC, they do whatever the promotional company. I mean, everybody that's it at this point.
Drew might have a point, because we all saw the ring walk that he had to see that Saturday's fight. Like, if on a different network, they gave him a ring walk to his seat and shit. And you saw with who he was, buddy's buddy. It was with Bob Arum. So
the Paco,
man, shut up! You and your gay boyfriend.
I spoke to
Paco. Go get some fucking pussy, bro.
You and your gay
what is wrong with you, bro?
HLD's got a new gay boyfriend. Bob Arum already said a long time ago that he got a lot of time for Eddie Reynoso and Canelo. He's always made that.
It's business though, welcome. Too.
Yeah. So shut up, HLD, and your new gay boyfriend. Carry on.
Dude, you are this dude is really in it. See, when he doesn't get the center of attention, he does what he does.
I just said HLD's got a new gay boyfriend.
This is what he does, man.
Right of the Storm.
Am I offending you gays over
with
here?
With your 2-cent channel, bro? Go back to your 2-cent channel.
Gays over here.
Was the last time the WBO light heavyweight champ? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I gotta do that research before I actually really time in.
You know, heavyweight champion fought Amanda.
You know you could call Paco and get the 411 punch. You be drinking at the bar with him. Stop it.
Yo, as a matter of fact, I was while I wasn't really with Paco, I was in the lobby with Sugar Hill on the what's the name of the hotel right across the street from Madison Square Garden? I forgot the name, but yeah, it was Paco. It was Paco and Sugar Hill. Tyson Fury's trainer. Paco's dope. Paco's a cool dude. He don't like to be interviewed. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I would have had a massive interview with him, yo.
It's all got to be off the record, you know.
Yeah, with him is like off the record, like. But I said when I was talking about the Bud Crawford and Errol Spence, I knew that fight was not gonna happen because of Paco. You know what I'm saying? Paco told me when I was sitting, we was having pizza, and Paco and the WBC ambassador said that both of them been trying to get together to get the Bud Crawford to fight Errol Spence because they feel that the politics of boxing is being unfair to Bud Crawford. And they told the Bell Federation that Errol Spence is going a different route. They told me
that didn't happen. But
that did happen. That did happen. He fought Ugas.
Now let me ask you this, Punch.
He told me that on the week. He told me the Wednesday. He told me that Wednesday. He told me that Wednesday in the fight week of.
But you told me about that.
This dude wants to know more than
you
Punch.
told me about Paco a long time ago when you did. You said that to me a while ago. But what I'm saying is,
that's what I'm saying. November.
This. Yeah, but you got to remember this. Errol Spence always said that he was going to clean his side of the division, bro. He said, I'm going to clean my side of the street, and then I am going to fight whoever's there with the other belt. He never said nothing that he wasn't going to do. He told the federation that too. So why are they saying that they stalled the Crawford fight? It wasn't like he was going to fight Crawford.
Because Crawford was already a free agent by the time. Remember, he fought Sean Porter, so by around that time he's a free agent. So remember, he just fought Ugas. He could have been in the same street. That's it. Bud Crawford was not in nobody's street, so he could have get the Bud Crawford fight.
Which is why they ordered the mandatory with Ugas with that other one, so they can lock him out of
that was always
They announced
but that was always going to happen.
They announced Errol Spence. They announced Errol Spence and Ugas. I think it was March 2nd. I could be wrong, but I know it was in March. It was right after. It was several days or a week after Canelo Alvarez signed the deal with the Zone. So he had enough time to make a deal with Bud Crawford before Ugas. Remember Ugas was fighting at the time. Ugas was fighting the WBA.
Punch, is Stanionis going to take more step aside money?
Shit, I don't even trust with the WBA too. They the same. They don't follow their own rules, man. They don't follow. Remember, they said that they was going to mandate the regular to fight the Super WBA, and they only tried it with Ugas. That didn't work. But what about why he didn't do it? Why they didn't do it with Kambosos and Gervonta Tank Davis? Why they not doing it right now in why they not doing it right now in the heavyweight division? Why they not doing it in no division? That's what they were supposed to be doing. So I don't know. I don't know if it. I don't look. Even the IBF hasn't mandated Errol Spence, and he hasn't been mandated since Carlos Ocampo 2018. This is 4 years already that the IBF has not mandated Errol Spence.
That was the last time there was a man down too. Before Ugas.
Yeah, before Ugas.
Which was what you were saying all the time.
And for IBF, that's weird because they're strict with their mandatory. Like
they stripped Tyson Fury like months right after he beat Klitschko.
Wasn't they gonna strip also Anthony Joshua if he ain't fight? What was it, Kubra Pulev?
Yeah.
They were gonna strip Tio as well, wasn't it? If he didn't fight Kambosos.
If he didn't fight Kambosos. Yeah, right out of the storm. He said the only rules these sanctioning belts follow is money. Facts. And the network. That's it. That's why these 100. Belts really don't matter to the fighters, to be honest. And that's how I'm seeing it right now.
So
it only matters to the promotional companies so they can lock down that network deals.
Yeah, the belts matter to the fighters when it needs to matter, like with Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders. And then once you get to a level you don't need the belt, it don't matter.
Yeah, but it don't matter. Look what Bob Arum just stated. I read the boxing scene article when he was talking about that he don't want Shakur Stevenson to fight to become undisputed at 130. That there's no money in that fight. Like he's let these not all the promotional companies all hands on deck with that. We heard it with Oscar De La Hoya when he was talking about Ryan Garcia after the Luke Campbell. That belts don't matter. That the guys should be chasing Ryan Garcia. We seen Flo Mayweather's already stated what he said, and we heard Leonard Erleby said that Josh Taylor bring nothing to the table. Now we've seen Bob Arum, the prestige trainer, telling the whole world that he don't want Shakur Stevenson to even fight for undisputed. who is these other guys? The WBA
exactly
champion. It's crazy. It's crazy.
He straight up said, "Nah, I bet nobody in this room knows who those two other two guys have them belts. There's no money in this shit." You know what I mean? You know.
So force that Loma and Shakur Stevenson. So what? I mean, now you're telling the whole world that he's wasting his time at 130. So now it's time to put Loma and Shakur Stevenson. Let's see if he has the heart to do that.
I think he's gonna get him Navarrete. That's what it's gonna happen.
Man, Shakur Stevenson's gonna school him.
At least with Navarrete, he'll make Shakur knock him out because of the volume and the style. He's a pressure fighter, so it'll be more.
I think it's a more competitive fight than Valdez.
Yeah,
I don't know. Navarrete gets hit, bro.
I know, but
he get hit, but he hits.
Make Shakur knock him out just because of the volume.
Yeah, I mean he's exciting, but his defense for me he reminds me of what Miguel Burchell.
All right, y'all. I gotta go. I got some pussy coming over. Something Warp Star.
You're gonna make somebody jealous, Drew. Oh man.
Oh, shit. All right,
don't worry, your gay
there.
boyfriend's here. Your gay boyfriend's here to suck your fucking cock.
Look at him, look at him,
You met your gay boyfriend on here.
Look at him.
Yo, Drew.
You met your gay boyfriend on here.
You can't even man up and admit that
Drew, you going
Take your gay boyfriend with you, you dirty bitch.
You going to the Charlo fight?
Yeah, ringside. He's gonna go up. He's gonna go on HOD's ring piece. He's gonna go on HOD's ring piece.
Shut up, Rap Star.
You going to the Charlo fight?
Damn, bro.
I'm going to the Charlo fight. I'll be there reporting, but not like Ellie.
I might 70% chance I might go out there.
There's like 2 cars out. There's like 3 cars out here that weekend in LA.
Sure, that's Boots, and this is gonna be fine. That's a great card, bro. That's a great card. But good looking out, man. Shout out to Drew.
Yo,
Rap Star, they ganging upon you, Rap. They ganging upon you, Rap.
Listen, bro, that's his gay boyfriend. You think I give a fuck about him and his gay boyfriend? Listen.
That's why you're interrupting every single time, bro. You need to be the center of attention like a hoe.
He said that he likes the ringside. He likes fucking HOD's ring piece. That's what he likes.
Dude, you're not funny, Rap Star, bro.
He likes fucking HOD's ring piece.
Your corniness don't translate, bro.
HOD got all excited with his new boyfriend.
I heard about that user. I heard about that.
They had a very intimate moment.
Man, he wasted all that money for nothing, man. Users, man. I want.
You know what? They were saying that for a minute there, Punch.
I didn't want me to pack out to run for that. I think that was a dumb move. Dude, he probably spent
fucking troll, man.
He probably spent more his last 3 fight paychecks doing this shit.
I think he spent like $200 million, bro.
Yeah. Look how HOD sucked up to a new
Damn,
man.
all right, Rap. Let's talk boxing, bro.
This dude is a loser, Punch.
Come on, Punch. Look.
The other snake channels that we clicked out, he's part of the same retardedness, bro.
Hey, look at this retarded motherfucker, right? He's never met the guy before. Just to get at me. Yeah.
Dude, Drew's been on the panel many times, fool.
Dirty bitch. You and your boyfriend.
Jay Prince said that Shakur going for all the belts.
HOD and his boyfriend.
And then he will move up. I mean, Hill, that's what Jay Prince is saying. But if they ain't flipping the bill, and then think about this too, it's not like unification bouts is mandatory. So if Bob Arum is saying that he ain't gonna flip the bill, We look how we learned with Tio. If he ain't trying to put that money, if he ain't trying to pay for it, he ain't gonna pay for it.
A Punch, and the belts are way across. One is at PBC, and the other one's at the Zone.
Yeah, that ain't going.
They're not gonna happen. Yeah, maybe one. He might be able to maybe do one with the Zone, but I don't think he's gonna make one.
No
with
way,
PBC.
Nah, no way.
Yeah,
I mean, it's effed up because he does have a dream and he want to become undisputed. But Bob Arum
PBC hold those shits hostage, man. They always hold it hostage.
But he does. I think nobody will care if Bob Arum will put him with Navarrete or Bob Arum will put him with Lomachenko. I think the fans wouldn't care. See, sometimes that's what I mean. Sometimes we care about the undisputed as fans. I always care about the undisputed, right? But there's other fans that just want to see that good fight. Sometimes
do I want to see the kid get undisputed? Absolutely, but at the same time, we understand how this business is run, and you know, it's just how are you gonna make those 2 fights happen?
It's like. See, I want to see Canelo Alvarez go for undisputed at 175, but some people be like, I want to see the Triple G trilogy. Some people very few people wanted to see Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury the trilogy. I wanted to see the undisputed with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury.
Hell yeah.
You know, so there's some people that, you know, some people want to see the best fighting the best, but who is the best fighting the best? Like, all right, Canelo Alvarez, we want to see him fight Charlo. Is he on a pound for pound list? No. Is David Benavidez on a pound for pound list? No. I mean, what is really the best fighting the best at this point in Canelo Alvarez's career? And he's a pound for pound fighter. The best fighting the best is Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, 2 pound for pound. You know, pound for pound versus pound for pound. Chocolatito Estrada, best fighting the best. That's the true definition of best fighting.
Taylor versus Amanda Serrano.
Exactly. That's the best fighting the best. You know? But not Canelo Alvarez is fighting champions, and he's fighting undefeated champions at that. He fought an undefeated. He's about to fight an undefeated champions at 175, moving up. He fought an undefeated champion in Billy Joe Saunders. He fought an undefeated champion in Canelo Smith. He fought an undefeated champion in Caleb Plant. So he's fighting undefeated champions.
Punch.
And people will still call them bums after they lost.
Yeah, that's the thing. Out to them argument with on the panel, I'm like, we got into the point that the hate is so bad with Canelo that there's such a term as cherry picking fighting champions. What the fuck is that, bro?
That's a new that's a whole new way.
You are Canelo Alvarez is cherry picking fighting champions.
That's a whole new wave now.
That's what I mean.
Like that? And that's what it is. Some people say it like that because they don't respect champions, but then they're all right with Canelo Alvarez going down and facing Errol Spence. At first, is Canelo Alvarez is ducking David Benavidez, but now he's ducking Errol Spence.
The fuck, right?
And then he's ducking Charlo, like so. I never in boxing experience the bigger guy being shamed so he could fight the little guy.
Listen, I wouldn't even be surprised if they say he's ducking Davis or some shit like that. That's how dumb it gets. It's so fucking dumb.
You know, look. You know, I as long as Canelo's fighting champions, there's no way I can diss anything about that. It's just mad respect. He's fighting a champion. Now, if he says that he's avoiding a champion, you know, to fight somebody who's not and not even the same realm, then man.
How would you like if Bud Crawford says, "I'm going down to fight Lomachenko"?
Yeah.
Instead of fighting Spence.
Instead of fighting Spence or going up to fight Jamal Charlo.
I would have as great as a fighter as Lomachenko is. I think that is not the fight. No way. That is not the fight. That is not the fight. No way. It's got to be Spence. Look, I put it out today. If the next fight between Spence and Crawford is not who they fight next, I'm not supporting any other fights of theirs. I just don't. I want to see undisputed. And be done with this topic.
Look, in the business of boxing, to a contract takes a while, right? It's business handlers, they working out a deal, and it takes months. It's not like that. It takes months. So that's why I said in the beginning of the live, I said, you know what? They never had any intentions, in my opinion, to ever put Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, because there is. I'm saying 90% chances if Errol Spence would have gone to the 164 to fight Canelo Alvarez, he was never going to come back down to 147. Him already saying that it's hard for him to make 140 or 147 if he would have gone 2 weight classes and a half. Nah, he was never going to come back down. That was never going to happen.
Punch, and the logical of the business. I mean, so I can understand maybe once, but what's the reason why they don't want to make this fight happen? Is it the money part? Or is it because they're afraid of one network afraid of losing all the belts?
I think it could be that, but I truly believe, and this is no hate, what I'm saying, this is one of the biggest fight, the primary fight that we want to see in the sport of boxing. I think that they can't sell even with each other. I truly feel like that. I truly feel that this fight doesn't even do over 400K.
So the thought process of thinking that, yo, man, this could be such a big fight, and I'm over here thinking, yo, man, give Crawford his 10 million, give 10 million to Spence. They won't recoup that money.
And that's what I just see it like. Yeah, I think the gate, if it's in Texas, the gate would be good, but would it sell pay-per-view? I feel like this is the best fight, but for boxing, a lot of people don't know these guys. The people that bring in the cachet is the casuals, and I don't believe that no casuals, my peoples that don't pay attention to sport of boxing know who Ryan Garcia is. They know who Gervonta Tank Davis is. They know who Wilder is now. They know who Tyson Fury is. They don't know who the fuck is Bud Crawford, and they don't know who the hell is Errol Spence.
So yeah, which all makes sense in that. I mean, that may be one of the main reasons why then, you know, Bob wasn't all into trying to make the fight because they're not gonna sell.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't even sell themselves. It's like that's what I dropped the video earlier. Oh, fuck it, I forgot. I took it off, but I was saying that Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, they know how to talk, they know how to trash talk, but on Twitter, like I want to hear him say what he types. If they actually promote themselves the way that they type, but visual, then we'll see them. We'll see that interaction. But they be having Twitter beefs, man. Fuck the Twitter beef. Do reels. Use your smartphone. Look at the smartphone. Shoot a video. Talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Build this shit.
Spark like the interest.
Yeah, they don't want to build it. Nobody knows y'all. Nobody gonna want to read an Errol Spence tweet that don't know who Errol Spence is. Put a reel. Let that reel go viral. And they ain't doing that.
Then you got a guy like Crawford who's been making $5 million guaranteed to fight. We just saw that Spence made 1.5 and Ugas made 1, you know, up front, and then maybe some back end shit. Crawford gonna go for that.
Like Terrence Bud Crawford, right? He's in the cameras during our Shakur Stevenson event. He don't say nothing about the Errol Spence. He's chilling with Floyd Mayweather. Yo, say something, do something, talk. You know what I'm saying? Sell the fight. And not even just to sell the fight because we gonna buy the fight, but I'm looking at it like, yo, I want these guys to be compensated well. I want these guys to get the max dollars. But if they don't sell it, I don't think people are ready to fund it. People think that it's ready. I feel that the men in suits understand the potential value of this fight. And they're like, you know what? It's still too much money that could be made. They need to come up with a different type of marketing plan, marketing strategy, because right now, nobody know who these guys are compared to the magnitude of the fight and what they can make, man. They don't promote this shit. This shit ain't gonna make more than $400K.
That makes sense of why them PPC just says, look, Spence, you're getting 1.5 and the back end, you know, guaranteed is 1.5. And the rest you gotta, you know, you gotta sell this fight to make your back end money, and that, like, okay, and if that's the case, because what did this fight sell? Like 200,000 pay-per-view buys for Ugas?
And I heard some people say 2, some people say less than 2. I mean, I say like this: the networks, if they had the networks, when they have successful numbers, somebody in the network always say how much they sell. If it's Floyd Mayweather, the networks always say how much Floyd Mayweather sells. Why they not saying that right now? Because it's not the number to really be like, hey, yo, we sold this much out. Nobody's denying, and nobody's denying. Everybody got social media platforms. Steven Espinosa is not denying the 200, whatever that was reported. He's not saying that's fake news. I think if it was fake news, somebody would come out and be like, that's fake news. TGV.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of money, bro. I mean, like, you're taking 200,000, that's like about 16 million there. 5 million's the gate. So that's 21 million revenue that they bring in. But it's worth
so much more.
Yeah,
okay, what about if Bud?
No, but what I'm saying is,
how about if Bud?
21 million Errol Spence bring with Ugas. That's just the numbers that roughly we know. I don't know if there's any sponsors. I don't know if there's any Dallas Cowboys bringing anything to the table. We don't know what else is the money behind the scenes.
How about how about if Bud Crawford says, you know what? Nah, we got to fight at a neutral ground. I don't want to fight in Texas.
But ain't Bud Crawford's cool, really, is he? I mean, it's Errol Spence is the one that's got all the belts.
But how about if Bud Crawford? This is what it is. He got all the belts.
But how about?
The thing is, Bud Crawford has made as much or probably more money than Errol Spence.
How? Because Errol Spence just generated 21 million with Ugas. Even if he gives Ugas half of it, that's like 11, 12 million there.
Because Bud's guarantee, he's been getting his guarantee pay more than.
Yeah, but even if he gets his guaranteed, he's nowhere near the money that Errol's bringing to what he's making.
No near what?
Because Errol's still cleaning over 10 million.
We never seen his contract. We don't know that.
But it roughly looks like that. But what we're saying here now is Bud ain't got the muscle to push Errol around. Bud ain't got the muscle to tell Errol, yo, Errol, we're going to fight here, you know, it's not going to happen. No, Errol, it's going to be 50-50, Errol, or I'm not going to fight you. Well, fuck you, bud. You've only got one WBO belt. Errol's got fucking WBC, IBF, the WBA. Listen, Errol don't need to beg this guy. Bud
no, he don't. He don't. And this is why, and this is why people disagree when I say, okay, he don't have to bet this guy. He got options. Here comes Keith Thurman. People don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear that. But this is why I say
don't,
Keith
be honest
Thurman.
With you, I don't. I want to see this fight. I want to see this fantasy.
Not because I want to shove it in people's face. It's because the business is there. You going
the business. I get you.
Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, it could sell for PBC. They will do better numbers than Ugas.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you have to understand the business of boxing and understand it a little more than everybody else on the outside, because I think everybody in the YTBC community really thinks that this fight is gonna be a blowout and it's gonna sell like crazy, and it's not gonna sell 800,000 like Tyson Fury and Wilder did, or Canelo did with Plant, right? So
it's not.
Well, that's a shame, innit? That's a shame. It shows where boxing is, isn't it? When the two pound for pound guys are going against each other, and the fight is not going to be a big sellout, then it's a shame where boxing is.
It's a shame, but you know, the difference between it's a shame, but the difference between the past and now is that the promoters had a job to do, and that was to promote the fight. This is PBC. Errol Spence is his own promoter. But Crawford doesn't have a machine. He's his own promoter. They have to do the job. Nobody's going to do the job. Nobody's going to do the job. TGB is just the promoter for the event. Errol Spence has to go out there with strap season and promote. Bud Crawford has to promote. They're not doing the job. Put it this way. Why you think the promotional of Canelo Alvarez and Bivol is not all that like it was with Caleb? Well, it wasn't like before. That promotion is not crazy.
What promotion?
For the Bivol fight?
For the Bivol fight.
No, it's not. It doesn't compare to. But then again, there, you know, Canelo really sparked that Plant fight. If it wasn't for the press conference, I think we wouldn't be talking so much about it as it ended up being. But like you said, they shit talking, they're making all this ruckus. Hey, that caught all the casuals off guard too, and everybody came to tune in. But
you know why? I think you know why also? It's because Canelo Alvarez is partnering up with Matchroom. Canelo promotion has to pull in some promotional work. They got to do some work too.
So gotcha.
It's a partnership. It's not that you under Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn just ain't going to promote and spend all the money in promotion. Nah, man, he's going. It's like a distribution deal. He just ain't going to promote the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with DHP. They got to put it. They got to promote.
I also get. The fact that these promoters now have exclusive network deals. That makes them easier not to have to put in the work, because they're already
to be fair with you,
you know, same thing like when you have to go get a site and they go to Vegas and they get a site that's so, you know what I mean, they get paid, so they don't give a fuck, you know, if they sell tickets or not. The promoter got paid up front for the site fee. You know what I mean?
They get the money either way.
I could call me a hater. Yeah, they could call me a hater all they want. Yeah, Errol Spence will sell, but I'm like I said, and I dropped that video. That's the Dallas Cowboy machine. Now you take that Dallas Cowboy machine and let's say Bud Crawford be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you you get paid more of this, you get paid more, but you ain't gonna get I ain't gonna fight you in Dallas, Texas too. I ain't gonna fight your hometown too.
You know what?
I think at this point, Crawford with only one belt.
I say what I mean? I say do what he gotta do. Bud the Duck. People will call Bud the Duck. If Bud don't fight that fight, then people will call him a duck. But I'm gonna say this. That Bivol fight is just as much hype as Caleb Smith versus Canelo Alvarez. It's like that kind of a vibe. It's not like Billy Joe Saunders versus Canelo. It's not like Caleb Plant versus Canelo. I think in those two fights, it was a bit more buzzing. You agree? Yeah, this Bivol fight, I think is it because Bivol don't have a personality like that? He's just too quiet. He doesn't really.
That's it. I think
connect,
that's it. Yeah.
Connect to the people. What do you think?
I think both of them are quiet. Neither one of them are doing shit. You know what I mean? For this fight, you know, Canelo's doing what he's talking, yeah, but I mean, there's no.
He already got the money in the pot. He already got that
there's
money.
There's no storyline to this fight. It's you know what I mean? There's no storyline. There's no Billy Joe Saunders talking his shit like he was doing and all of that, and then Plant, you know, the Mexican beef and all that crap. You know, there's none of that.
He don't gotta sell because that's it. He got the guarantee. So that now the pay-per-view back end is just like the cherry on top, but Canelo Alvarez got his guarantee pay, man.
Yeah, but we want to see some fire. We want to see some Viva Mexico. We want to see the Russians say, "I don't give a fuck about Canelo." We want to, you know. What I mean?
Matter of fact, I know he's a star already. What I want to see is Bud Crawford and Errol Spence start working. I want to see that the tweets, that Twitter war, but I want to see it in person. Because think about it, they could sell. Look, a lot of people saying that these guys can't sell and can't promote. They could promote. They choose not to promote. When Bud Crawford went to Errol Spence's face, that we saw it. We always go back to that video. To this day, you know when was that shit? That shit was like what, 2-3 years ago. That shit was like 2-3 years ago. That was before the pandemic. Right?
They need to do a Charlo Benavides thing in the stadium.
And we always go back to that video because these guys don't want to do it when they have to do it. Bud Crawford, when the camera's on you and now all the boxing media is in one place, you have to promote. That's your money. That's your money right there. You leaving money on the table. Errol Spence, you need to promote. Stop that humble bullshit character, because when you with your rapper friends, you are hype. You dance, you rap, you got to be on that drink and say something slick, say it. But y'all dudes are just lame in promotion. And that's why these business handlers are like, wait, we got to hold on this. We got to hold on. Because if we put them up right now, we ain't going to get as much money. A lot of people feel like they're not going to sell. I'm telling you, they're not going to sell. They're not going to do more than $400K. Nobody know who the hell Errol Spence is outside of Texas. Nobody know who Bud Crawford is. Nobody knows these guys. They will walk in Times Square and nobody will stop them. Nobody.
It's kind of fucked up, but it's a reality, I guess. Because if it can make money, they're gonna want to make money. That's the bottom line. That's what these promoters want to do.
You know your American market. I'm not gonna question you, Punch. You know your American people. So you're saying Errol Spence can come to a big place like Times Square and they're not gonna know who he is? Because I'll tell you something. If Kell Brook or even Amir Khan came anywhere near London, everybody's gonna know who he is, right? So I don't know how it works for you. If Errol
boxing
Spence
is not as famous as it once was, guys. I mean, I know we want to say that it's not. It doesn't compare to an American market what football is or basketball is.
But I think that they choose that. That's why I think I'm being on them, because I think that they choose not to be on it. Like Floyd Mayweather just didn't stick to the boxing fan base. Floyd Mayweather go to night talk show. He will be out chilling with rappers. He will be out with the celebrities. He will go out. He will be seen. He will go to, and then he'll do the Dancing with the Stars. He'll do the WWE. Tyson Fury did that. You think that Tyson Fury fan base was just ignited by boxing? No, he put himself in a different type of platform. There's millions that they like boxing, but you got to go get them, bring them in. They wouldn't to be in this. You know what I'm saying?
That makes total sense.
Think about it. Let's talk about Tio, right? Everybody was saying he can't sell. I was even surprised at Madison Square Garden that the fans was there for just strictly for Tio. I didn't even think they were gonna pull it off like that. And that shit was already sold out by 12 noon. So you would have put that shit in the big theater, He would have got more. And I went to the Barclays Center when he was supposed to be fighting. He could have pulled them numbers. You know what I'm saying? But guess what he was doing, though? He went to all the events. He went to the UFC event, chilling with Dana White. You understand? He needed to market him. He started doing the commercials. He was with that big guy, the strong guy, that famous guy.
Yeah, the mountain.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. He needed to do all of that to bring that casual attention, the TikTok world. You know what I'm saying? These guys ain't even doing none of that shit.
Well, you saw him, and like for an example, even when after Kambosos won, bro, he was on a tour, man. That guy was on a tour. He was at the Miami Heat game. He was at all the other fights. He was everywhere, man. He was on a Joe Rogan podcast. You know what I mean? That's using your fucking smarts, man.
Floyd Mayweather is still outworking all these guys. And this is why his exhibition is he still could do exhibition himself. Mike Tyson is still outworking these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but my thing is this, is the fighter need to sell himself, or isn't the promotion and the promoter and the Isn't the promoter meant to sell for you? Isn't the promoter's job to promote you? Because
the promoter promotes a fight. The promoter promotes a fight. No, but promote yourself.
No, but you in content of what we're talking about, Bud and Spence, though they don't got no promoters. That's why I say they got to do it. Errol Spence don't got a promotional company. He's not signed to a promotional company, nor is Bud Crawford. And that's what I'm saying. They need to do the work. Who's gonna do it for them? Al Heyman?
That's a different situation.
Yeah, because I mean, when a fight is signed, right? I mean, yeah, they're gonna promote the fight, but who's gonna make you famous? You got to promote yourself. You are your brand. You are your entity. So you got to go out there and that, regardless of what fight you're in, people know who the fuck you are. Like Punch is saying, if they don't know who the fuck you are, what the hell? Everybody knows who Mayweather is, but it's because he also puts himself out there, even at the age of 40, whatever he is right now, 47.
How many? Put it this way: how many interviews have Eddie Hearn done? He's got Canelo Alvarez. He had the Madison round. How many times, aside from my interview, because I asked him the question, but has he talked about Devin Haney that much? Is he pumping him? No, that's not his promoter anymore. So that's it. You got to promote yourself.
I mean, you can't compare with Mayweather Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao bring a country. Mayweather bring all the rappers. Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather bring all these Hollywood people, and they bring the whole sports world community. They bring a whole different kind of audience together.
But Mayweather brought them in.
Yeah, exactly. Mayweather also sells for the hip hop community. Now, my thing is this: Errol Spence is still a guy that brings that hip hop flavor. He's got that. When I saw him last time coming in the ring with that yellow beezy, Texas is behind him. He got the Dallas Cowboys behind him. So I think Errol Spence does bring a little bit to the table. I think Bud Crawford is not bringing that much apart from his legacy. And apart from the hardcores, who else is going to buy this fight?
But it's just back again to what Punch is saying. All right. So he has somebody
come down. Innit, apart from the hardcores and the Cowboys and the NFL and people like that, who else is going to buy this fight? Are the movie stars interested? Is it such a big buzz in America? That's what I'm asking.
You have to. That's their job. Go out there and talk shows. Go on the Sunday morning on the morning, sport talk shows. Get on ESPN. Get on a podcast with Joe. Get on all these other podcasts. Get on some rappers' podcasts. Okay, on breakfast or whatever in the morning. You know what I mean?
Look at this, and this is why the younger crew, the younger cats understand it more. How the hell Errol Spence or Bud Crawford still has not been in Mike Tyson podcast? I will go out on a limb. I will go out on a limb right now that Mike Tyson don't even know who Errol Spence is.
Nah, don't be silly.
I follow Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson don't know a lot of current fighters.
That'd be the dumbest thing I've heard in my life. That Iron Mike
he knows Teofimo though.
Doesn't know. If he doesn't know, he knows who Ryan Garcia. He knows who Tank is. He definitely knows who Errol Spence Jr. is.
Why he not in this podcast?
Well, maybe that hasn't been set up yet. But
whose job is that? Whose job is it to set it up?
Errol Spence. That is just the dumbest thing, bro. Come on.
That's not the dumbest thing. You don't follow, that's not the dumbest thing. You don't know Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson don't follow boxing like that. He don't know everybody's name, bro.
He didn't even know that Ronnie Shields was Charles' trainer.
Yo, you forgot that several years ago he didn't know who the hell Deontay Wilder was, bro.
But right now he know who Errol Spence is, and that's
how you know. How you know?
How you know? You gotta know because
how you know though? How you know? He didn't know the difference between Jamel and Jamal.
Because you know what, Mike always watches what Mayweather talks.
He didn't know who was the difference between Jamel and Jamal during the interview, brother. He didn't know the difference.
All right, he might not know the difference between the twins.
They put the Erickson Lubin, and he didn't know the difference of Jamal and Jamel.
Man, I'm gonna have to send Mike a tweet or email right now. Right. How the fuck can you not know Errol, Mike? Where the fuck are you watching boxing now if you can't? You cannot know all these other fighters and not know Errol Spence. That's dumb. Right. Mike gotta know Errol Spence.
You know.
I don't believe Mike. I believe Mike knows Terence Crawford. Of course, he gotta know Terence Crawford.
Why?
But listen,
why he gotta know Terence Crawford? Why he gotta know him? Why?
But Mayweather put Errol Spence on the map ages ago, and I know that Mike must have watched that a long time ago.
He put hardcores on the map, bro.
Yeah, but Mike watches what Mayweather's gonna say, and it's gonna go around the world. Mike's gonna hear what Mayweather said.
All right, so all right. So after this live, go check when they ask him about who's your favorite fighters, who you look at, all the interviews, and let me know when he has ever mentioned Errol Spence or Buck Crawford.
It doesn't mean he don't know him.
Yo, you don't follow Mike Tyson that much. I follow Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson don't know who we know because his mind really is not in boxing. His mind is really not in boxing like that.
Wow.
I think that even Mike Tyson know more UFC fighters than boxing right now.
Man, I don't want to say nothing, man. Mike is such an observed guy. Hundreds of people must have told Mike about, hey, you seen Errol Spence, bro? You seen that guy, The Truth? Hey, you seen that guy, Errol Spence? They must have told him 100 times. Otherwise, that would be the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Other people have obviously told Mike about Errol Spence, bro. But anyway,
he's not as in tune. I do agree he's not as in tuned hardcore as before.
Thousands of people must have said, yo, Mike, you see Errol Spence? Have you heard of him? Come on.
Well,
anybody had a conversation with Mike would have
if he does, then tell Mike Tyson to invite him.
Well, that's Mike Tyson, and he ain't invited a lot of fighters.
Maybe he says that he's a fucking boring guy. He don't know his interviews sucks. You know what I'm saying?
How did Cambosos land on Joe Rogan? You tell me. You think that was just? Oh my God! It was set up. It was set up. You know what I mean? Right after, before the fight, it was already. No, man. You gotta make the calls. You gotta put yourself in position for that to happen.
The Pivot podcast was good, right? Errol Spence. The Pivot podcast was good, and guess what? For me, that was the best interview that he's ever had. The Pivot podcast was the best interview Errol Spence ever had, but that's what you need to do. But you need to do more of that. Use the smartphone, use the platform, use your relevancy. Tio, Errol Spence, Ryan Garcia, they talking to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson just doesn't have boxing. The people that follow Mike Tyson right now, it's just not boxing fans. It's fans all over the world. Who is your business handlers that still have not put you with the Joe Rogans of the world, with the Mike Tysons of the world? Huh?
You got all these NBA playoff games going on. They should be right there, front and center. Some of these badass games where, and hey, that's just free publicity. Oh, look who it is, unified champion, Errol Spence, Crawford, WB said possible, fighting, make it happen, put the buzz out there. I get what you're saying, Punch. But these guys as individuals, they have to say, you are your brand. Punch on Boxing is his own brand. You know what? He promotes himself.
Punch is trolling. I knew he was trolling. I knew he had me in shock. I put on there Mike Tyson, Errol Spence. Mike Tyson's been speaking about Errol Spence for a while. Mike Tyson even spoke about Errol Spence and his last fight recap with Henry, the guy with the UFC, on his podcast. Mike Tyson also spoke about he would like to see Errol Spence fight his friend Jamel Charlo. He goes, there is no friends in boxing. So Mike Tyson knows Errol Spence really well. Because I knew that Punch is trolling. I knew it.
I'm not trolling at all, man.
Fucking
I'm not trying to know.
trolling.
They prep him. They be like,
Mike
yo,
he
Tyson,
just let you know he knows how to play your game of trolling. That's all.
Nah, man, I ain't
you
no
don't.
troll.
You don't really know these
Like
cats,
you bitch.
bro. You don't
HLD,
really know
he
these
doesn't sell
cats.
himself.
After this,
That's still the
HLD,
point.
go on the street and get my money, bitch, and shut the fuck up.
You don't really
Yo,
know
keep
these
it with
cats.
the
Get your
sad fact,
boyfriend.
bro.
Go get your boyfriend.
I paid your dinner and
Oh,
everything.
shut up. You pay my debt.
At least you don't got to go to the shelter this weekend, bro.
No. That's nothing. You're petty.
You don't got to go to the shelter.
That's petty
Hey,
money,
Punch,
bro.
man. I heard a little clip that.
Yeah.
So where? I mean, Teal's not training no more in Vegas. So where's he? You know, is he got a new gym spot that he's now training out of, or?
Yo, what's good? Good looking out. Good looking out with a cash app. Good looking out. Pee Wee. Good looking out. He said, Rapstar, right, bro? Like again, he knows Spence. Yeah, he knows. He don't know Spence like he should know Spence. Put it that way. He don't know Spence like he should know Spence.
No, just shut up, Punch. Leave Spence alone, man. Give him a hard
You just
time.
a fan. You just a
I'm not a fan,
Spence
man. I'll just keep it real. Even with Gennady
Nobody know him. Nobody know him. Nobody
Errol
know
Spence.
them. And the magnitude of what people should know, they don't know them. And it's not because he's not good. It's not because he's not great right now. It's not because he's the top dog. It's because they lack self-promotion. They do not want to pull in the hard work like Floyd did. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. And this is why the fight has not come through fruition. Those business handlers don't want to put the fight because these guys know that they already have earned enough money. They're not going to get that revenue back. That's what it is. If Bud Crawford made $7 million versus Sean Porter, plus the pay-per-view win, plus
you know
pay-per-view,
what the problem is?
How much you think he's going to ask for Errol Spence fight? You think he's going to get less than 10, 15 mil? Hell no.
Let me reverse this conversation with you. Now, Errol Spence is being real to himself and he doesn't oversell himself. I understand that. Errol Spence is a man who doesn't have the personality to try and overwhelm the fans. Now, at the same time, he gets hate for that, for being too real. Crawford doesn't oversell it. Crawford's not trying to oversell it. So now Crawford's going to get hate from the casuals because he's not selling. At the end of the day, when you're true to yourself, you're not a seller. You can't sell. So when you're a person who's just trying to be real, it ain't gonna support you like that. You gotta have some flamboyancy. You gotta sell some certain videos. You gotta show your Ferraris. You gotta go out there near the hip hop stars. You gotta go around people which are relevant. They can do that.
Nobody's hating that they can't sell.
Maybe Errol Spence wants to be on his farm with his chickens and his horses and his fucking pigs and his fucking, what's it called? The sheep. Maybe he wants to hang out with the fucking animals. That's where he gets peace. Why you not give him respect for being true to himself?
What you mean about being respected? It has nothing to do with that.
Man, you don't give it. You act like
he has respect, just doesn't have the viewers.
Do people really care about that? People. I'm saying if they will sell themselves, probably this fight would have been done. Selling yourself doesn't mean selling Errol Spence the brand. Don't mean
and you got haters on it, bro. They're saying at least Errol's not being popped dirty.
Says who?
Yeah. And people still want your favorite fighter to fight the dude that popped dirty anyway. So who gives a fuck, right? You still want Charlo to fight the guy that popped dirty. You still want Errol Spence to fight the guy that popped dirty. So y'all really don't give a fuck about your favorite fighter. Why y'all want your favorite fighter to fight the guy that popped dirty?
Let's be clear. They didn't do the full VADA program for this fight. They didn't do that. I get that. They were not on the full program testing for this last fight.
Man, in boxing is easy to pinpoint everything on everybody. I could do the same thing with Errol Spence. Errol Spence never was tested till he fought Mikey Garcia. Errol Spence was the last top welterweight to be tested by VADA. And by the time he got tested for the first time, motherfucker could have knocked out Mikey Garcia out. And what? Anybody could spin that narrative. What happened to his power? Oh, what happened right there? Go check it out. Do your research. The first time Errol Spence was tested was with the Mikey Garcia because he was in the WBC route. The people that was tested all year round was in the WBC because they started it. And the WBA. IBF, he was never tested all year round. The first time he got tested all year round, random testing was when he signed to the Mikey Garcia fight. And guess what? He ain't knock out the 135 pounder. Next.
Tell you, man, the narratives are crazy. They'll spin to whatever a person.
I'm just saying that we could all pinpoint. We could all pinpoint something on somebody.
Yo, Punch, I don't know if you got to my question. Go ahead.
Sorry, man. So I speak good. I gotta go work now, so I'll just say goodbye. Thanks for having me on the show, man.
Yo, man, mad respect that you're earning your hard money, bro. Unlike some people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like my dirty hoe. My dirty hoe.
Viva Latinoamérica.
Epa, la raza.
HLD's a loser, and she has to go and suck it to get that money back on the streets.
Yo, Punch, I was asking. I mean, do you know about Tio now? Is he gonna still be training at what? He was at City? It was a City Boxing where he was training in Vegas.
I don't know. I think he was how's that train? I think he was gym hopping too.
Okay.
I said I told him, man, I hope that they come back to Jersey.
What was the name of the gym there?
I don't even know the name of the gym there, but it was isolated for them. I think that's when he's no distraction at all. That's why he trained for Comey and Lomachenko.
How true? Well, not how true, but how realistic you think it's gonna be that they can make a deal with Taylor when why did WBC all of a sudden order the mandatory with a purse bid on May 20 something?
Because Jose Cepeda probably been there, you know what I'm saying? He been waiting for it. He could have got a fight. But he been waiting for Josh Taylor. But it's gonna be up to Josh Taylor too, because the Josh Taylor and the Teofimo Lopez fight that's the moneymaker at 140. So Josh Taylor is gonna be like, I already fought Jack Catterall. You know what I'm saying? That was my mandatory, and I did it for a favor because he stepped aside so he could get the opportunity to fight for undisputed. That's why he said I kept my promise to Jack Catterall. But the only way that Josh Taylor is gonna kill himself is to get the Teofimo Lopez payday, not to fight Jose Cepeda. And that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Could we see the possibility?
Now, because he's going to purse bid, and then you could get some money out of it. Now it's going to be up to, Bob Arum to pay him handsomely or take it a purse bid and somebody like a Eddie Hearn buy that shit.
Or is there a possibility that Taylor says, you know what, man, WBC, here's your belt, man. Tio, we could scrap it up for 3 belts, and if you win, well, then you could fight Cepeda or whoever they give a belt to later on.
Punch was the chance to get Jimbo Slight. What's good, Jimbo? Yeah, man, but again, man, these guys don't promote. They ain't gonna get. I'm gonna say right. I'm until they prove me wrong. I'm saying that fight ain't never gonna happen. Prove me wrong, and I'll be happy. But prove me wrong. Spence and Bud ain't gonna happen.
It's unfortunate because the hardcore fans. I'm not a hardcore fan to Crawford or to Spence, but the ones that are on this community, man, I respect to them, man, because they really are hardcore fans of these guys. They ride for them and they want to see this fight. So when I say, man, they need to make this fight happen and nothing else, it's because I think they deserve it. You know what I mean? They deserve this fight's been talked about.
But how can you be in boxing and not be a hardcore fan of Spence and
dude, I don't have to be a hardcore fan of anything if I don't want to.
But you're a hardcore fan of Tio and Canelo and them.
Who says I'm a hardcore fan of Canelo?
Well, I know that you are because I've seen how you always operate on Canelo. So you're not a hardcore.
What are you talking about, bro? You don't even know who the fuck I'm doing, bro. Look, man, I'm not a simp. I'm not a simp to the sport, bro. I'm not a simp to the sport. I like what I like, and I don't like what I like. That's it, bro. Do you go buy every movie that comes out, bro? You go watch every movie that comes out?
Hey, HLD doesn't like black fighters. I've noticed that, bro.
Look at this motherfucker, bro.
Racist motherfucker.
You are a racist motherfucker. I got you now on the clip while you talking shit about Puerto Ricans, bro. Watch what the rat that's coming towards your way, bitch. Come to the rat that's coming your way, you fucking asshole.
Dirty racist cunt.
You know you're not. Are you on any other channel besides Punch Young Boxing,
What does
bro?
it matter? I've got my own channel.
You don't. Your channel of 2 people, man.
You don't even have
your channel of 2 people.
You don't even. I had 25 people today listening about you being a
25 people.
Yeah, which is good enough.
25 people.
Even if it was 10 people, or 5. Why are you laughing? You ain't even got a channel. You ain't even got a channel.
I don't want one, bro.
You're always bouncing around like a 60-year-old man.
I don't need to be a hardcore fan of any of it, bro. I choose who I like and I do what I like, and that's that, man.
60-year-old racist fucking fan you are, man.
You know, I was riding with Shakur this past weekend.
All you do is bounce on other channels, bounce around. You ain't even.
You have no integrity, rap star.
You ain't got
you
no
only here for
integrity,
nothing, bro. You just again look again. You're looking for clout chasing. That's why you're going out like with your rants again. Going again with a rant.
You his face punch.
Another rant.
Who he is.
Nobody's ever seen you, rap star. Nobody's ever seen you with your fake ass. With your, I don't know how you even a pugilist. You can't even fight, man. You're a pugilist. You are a pugilist who can't even fight, bro. A pugilist who can't even fight. Keep it moving, bro.
Come on in
and what? And what, bro? You're part of the same snake crew, man. I know what you're about.
This is who
you are. A snake, bro.
This is who he is.
You are a snake, rap star.
This is the biggest snake.
You are a snake, bro. You are a snake, bro. You've been called out. They've been out, and you know what you are. Look at it. Now you're racing about race. That's all you're talking about. You race baiter, bro.
Yes,
you're a race baiter, bro. You want to keep on talking shit about Puerto Ricans? You want to have that rap on your door, bitch? You want to have that rap on your door, bitch?
You let Puerto Ricans down.
You loser. What are you, rap star? What the fuck are you besides a fucking chip eating food, bro?
With the way that you came across.
Keep eating shit, bro. The fact that you got paid and you still don't even know how to be an honorable man, it says a lot. It says a lot.
Play that video to show.
It says a lot.
He's a fucking little transvestite.
It's a lot.
Play that video.
It's a lot, bro.
This is HLD.
Yo, look at a troll. Are you trying to pump yourself up? Are you trying to pump yourself up?
And you're
a loser, rap star. You're a loser, rap star. You're a loser, rap star. You're a loser, rap star. Rap star. Rap star, you're across the pond, man. Nobody cares about you, bro.
Yeah, so what? I got a lot of respect.
No cansa, bro. This guy's a loser, man.
Right of the storm.
You let your people down, bro.
There's more fighting here than Mexican novelas.
HLD's a snake. He's my hoe. He's my bitch. And he's always going to be my prostitute.
Your mother's a bitch, bro. You're my bastard son, man.
He's my prostitute.
You're my bastard son, bro.
Dirty motherfucker.
Go take care of your kids with the $100 I paid you, bro.
Who jumped onto channel after
take care of your kids, bro. With the $100, bro.
60-year-old man's been on YouTube.
All right.
Go
take care of your kids, bro.
All the
I
way
bought them
from
groceries,
the
bro.
Hey,
I bought your kids groceries, man. Go take. I bought your kids groceries. This ungrateful bastard.
I'll tell you why you had to pay. NL got into your
This ungrateful bastard got paid $100 and he can't even take care of his kids, bro.
Everybody was getting into your conscience. And they were telling you,
sad,
pay
bro.
that money, you dirty bitch.
Then he tried to hustle, saying that it was pounds. Then he tried to hustle, saying it was pounds. Punch is right there. He knows how full of shit you are, bro.
Hey, put that video up, Punch. I want to.
Better not duck me, son. You better not duck me.
That's
he ducked the bet. He didn't want to take the bet that he was going to get proven wrong. He'd be banned from Punch on boxing.
That's HLD, bro.
$500. He didn't want to take it because you know you're about to get banned.
fucker.
You
my donation.
Anyway.
60-year-old fucking scummy.
Go buy a badge. You're here on Punch Unboxing and you don't even have a membership to his channel, bro.
60-year-old.
You don't even pay for a membership for his channel, you loser.
What's that got to do with
you
this
loser?
Between me and you?
You don't do shit for him, bro. You don't do shit for him. What the fuck you do for Punch, bro? You don't do shit for Punch. You act like you doing something to grow his channel, man.
I don't need to
get the fuck out of here, bro.
I got respect for Punch.
Este canal ha sido de nosotros, pendejo. Este canal ha sido de nosotros. You just clout chasing Punch, bro. Punch made this channel. You ain't part of nothing, bro.
Pay the rest
you ain't part of nothing. You're not relevant to the Punch Unboxing channel, man.
I'll fine on you, you hoe.
This is all Punch junk, and you're here clout chasing his ass.
Yeah, shut up, you dumb bitch.
You over here looking at guys. He got a channel. He wants you to go to porn star channel.
You dumb bitch.
You have nothing, bro. You haven't done nothing for his channel, man.
You dumb bitch.
You have done nothing for his channel.
You don't fucking
you don't do shit for Punch Unboxing.
You dumb bitch.
Epoxy magic.
Hey, listen, you poxy tramp. Go work the streets.
Look at that. Look at this. Now bro, you're not insulting the Junk Nation, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Get the rest of my money.
Trying to fucking talk shit about Latinos now, you piece of shit.
Oh, shut up, you
fuck
dumb
you, man, you racist bitch.
I call you. I said that you let down the Latinos. You're a let down to Latinos, motherfucker.
Join the membership.
You're a let down to Latinos.
Hey, Punch, what did I say I would have done with my bet, man? Yo, man, I would have won. Here's $100 to the channel, man. This motherfucker won't even pay Punch fucking $2 chat, bro.
60-year-old man. Look at that.
Loser.
This 60-year-old loser motherfucker jumps onto different channels. Hasn't even got a channel himself. You dirty poxy bitch.
Yo, guys, this guy says if you don't have a channel, guys, you guys are irrelevant. This is what this guy's about.
Because you talk so much and you friend so
irrelevant,
much,
bro.
and you ain't got no balls.
Yo, go get a job, bro. Go get a job.
You're gonna be a weasel.
Go get a job, bro.
Hey, Punch.
Can you go get a job, man? Go get a job.
Entrepreneur, you dumb fuck.
Go get a job, man.
I'm an entrepreneur, you dumb fuck. I buy 100.
The WB, just let me say, the WBO just stripped John Riel Casimiro.
Hey, listen, I'm selling.
They stripped him because of what?
I will buy and sell hundreds of HODs.
Remember the sauna.
HOD's a hoe. His
sauna.
He was not supposed to be in the sauna.
You're gonna be my hoe for the rest of
they for weight cutting.
Yep.
Dumb bitch.
Oh damn, but that's extreme. They're gonna strip him just for that.
Yep. His bantamweight title after failed to defend against his.
Tell him, Psycho. This guy clout chasing Punch and don't even got a badge, bro.
Related to weight cutting issues, Butler, who has interim title holder, elevated to world champion.
You can't be in a sauna. I thought that being in a sauna is okay.
Not in the UK.
In the UK.
Shut the fuck up, pussies.
Damn.
Not you.
Yeah, they got
pussy and everybody who sucks his dick.
Dude, this guy's having an argument by himself, man.
The membership.
Hey, listen, bro. I was the first member. And maybe that when
you were not the first member, bro.
Let me tell you something, Punch.
You're not the first member, bro.
Hey, let me tell you something, Punch. I had a Euro account, a US account, and a UK account. When my US account card changed, I stopped all the US shit. Yeah? I was the first member. I was a member before.
You lying ass motherfucker. You were not the first member, bro.
You dumb bitch. All of you
were not the first member, bro.
Because you don't support the channel anyway. Let me tell you why, you motherfuckers.
This guy doesn't even want to pay for a membership, bro.
Let me teach everybody a lesson right now.
He doesn't even want to pay for a membership, man.
Let me teach HOD the transvestite and everybody a lesson.
You don't even pay for a membership. You got no leg to stand on, Punch. With Punch, bro. Just shut up and go back to your fucking teacup ass, bro.
HOD's only sucking up behind Punch because he can't handle the argument with me.
Oh, there's nothing to be arguing with you, bro. You got a bogus channel, man. You're funny because you got a goofy voice.
But let me tell you something right now.
Look at you, bro. Look at him.
Bro, let me shut him up. This is for real.
He's mad that his own favorite fighter don't even know who he is, bro.
I'm going to teach these subscribers now, Punch.
Hey, does Josh Taylor know who you are, bro?
Listen, shut down your voice. I'm going to teach
you. Does Josh Taylor know who you are?
Hey, no
you got a channel, bro.
No more joking with you.
And you have a channel.
All right, let me teach everyone something. Everybody doesn't support boxing. When Punch Drunk Boxing goes out there and he fucking works hard and he spends his money, I know what I do behind the scenes. I know I speak to people and punches.
Oh, he speaks to people, man.
Listen, shut up. None of you motherfuckers support
this
boxing.
Motherfucker speaks to people. Why Punch is
none
hustling.
of you motherfuckers support boxing. You don't support Punch.
Shut up,
Punch
bro.
is out there,
Go back to where you came from, bro.
Hey, look. When Punch is out there doing all that
back
hard
under
shit
the bridge,
for boxing,
bro.
he don't get the support.
Go back under the bridge, bro.
Real boxing over here. Nobody.
Go back to your bridge, bro.
Everybody wants transvestites.
Yeah, Punch. This guy only wants to talk about himself on your channel, man.
Let's keep it real, though, HLD. Nobody
only about your
boxing.
channel, man.
Díaz, pastor. Gracias, mi hermano. Gracias, mi hermano.
Wepa, look at that.
You dumb
they're catching the Holy Ghost right now, so I gotta catch the back. I gotta let them. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Diaz, that's over 200% ever what this motherfucker's ever done for Punch, man. Thank you, bro.
Listen, nobody supports boxing. All of you guys don't support boxing. You're all cocksuckers. Half of you are cocksuckers, bro.
Brandon say Punch.
You hear it, guys.
What do you think about Shakur saying Castillo lost to Floyd? Well, a lot of people feel like Castillo didn't beat Floyd. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel like that too. You know, I don't know. You know, I mean, he likes Floyd and things of that nature. I'm not. I mean, I've watched Castillo. Right? I've watched Castillo in the Floyd fight. I'm not the. I don't really debate that one beat the other one. I think the first fight was a close fight. Maybe could have gone either way. And the second fight, Floyd did his thing. I really don't have a lot of things about the first fight, to be honest. I've watched it.
But for real though, Punch, you know why I'm really telling you for real? Not many people really support boxing. When we really see how boxing is really going on, and you do the hardest work for boxing, you don't get the biggest views. You don't get the biggest donations when you're out there sending the biggest exclusives. Nobody respects boxing, Punch. Everybody respects when people do a bit of drama and boxing.
How many donations you made, man?
What's good, Chico? What's good, Chico?
You know what I mean? They don't really support real boxing out here. You know what I mean? When man got the sanctioning body on his channel, they didn't get no fucking. I didn't get the views. When I had a fight with Teofimo Lopez, yeah, I got 5,000 views. Okay. See, people don't really support boxing. It's all fake. They say, yeah, we all support boxing. Over here, there is hardcore fans, but they support a lot of drama shows more than boxing.
Like the drama you be creating.
Well, nah, you're a real bitch.
The drama you be creating, you fake ass, the same shit you been doing all day.
You acted like a bitch.
Let me see, no guy in the Chico Malo. What's good?
What's good, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
What's going on, Chico? You got a picture up, Punch, right? That's why I didn't know if somebody was on the panel.
Chico.
I know. I got the picture.
What's going on?
What's good? Talk to me. What you think about the Canelo Alvarez and the deal that was on the table of PBC?
Did you know about it?
I always felt like he.
Okay.
I always felt like he should have took the PBC deal anyway, whether Spence was on there or not.
That he shouldn't or he should have?
He should have. I always felt like he should have took that. I mean, wasn't he being offered more to fight Charlo than he was to fight Bivol in the first place?
It was 45 million. They said 45 million for Charlo and 55 million for Errol Spence or David Benavidez.
Right. But
so it was the same thing, 100 mil.
Okay.
It's the same. Is the same amount of money. It's just different type of opponents from PBC and the DAZN.
But the zone stepped it up to 140, 150 million with a 3-fight deal. Then,
to be honest, all right. Remember when I broke the story? My source told me that deal with Charlo he was going to take the PBC deal. I know about the Charlo and Canelo deal. That was almost a done deal. What happened was that the DAZN came up with the pay-per-view model, and that will actually change the sales pitch, the pay-per-view model.
Okay? I thought it cut off. So the DAZN then came up with a better deal.
Yeah, they implemented that pay-per-view, and you know what I'm saying? That's it, I think. And by the way, it's still the legacy fight. It's still the legacy fight, and I think it's the more money fight in terms of pay-per-view. I think that his pay-per-view with Triple G, even the trilogy is gonna sell more than the Charlo. I don't know about
a lot of us were
I think
split
David
on
Benavidez
that.
would have been a lot. How much? Who you think? What you think is gonna could make more money? Trilogy, Triple G, and Canelo, or David Benavidez and Canelo? Even though we still haven't seen what David Benavidez could do in the pay-per-view, does people know?
I think it'll sell more with Benavidez than well, no, man, because we're talking about.
Nah, I think so with Benavidez because he know how to sell himself too. You know, he likes to talk that shit, you pussy, and all that shit.
Well, in America, right? But globally, you know what I mean? I don't know how the finances work with the global net, you know, with Triple G.
That's another thing to consider. We always hear, you know, for instance, it's hard to compete with a country when you actually have a country behind you. But we always hear the saying, like, you know, these different, you know, foreign fighters have their countries behind them. You know, how big of a role does that play? You know what I'm saying? And is it actually the case? Like, do we have numbers to show, you know, what these different countries do in support of their fighters? You know,
because it might be very well that Triple G outsells, you know, will outsell, you know, a Benavidez fight globally, right? I mean, I'm just
right.
Assuming.
That's what we would all assume. That's what we would all assume without actually, you know what I'm saying, having maybe like actual factual in front of us.
I'll just say that, you know, even though this video is about, you know what I'm saying, you know, people also saying that he's ducking Errol Spence. I think that's laughable. It's laughable. But like I said earlier, I'm not gonna neglect that Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso said that the only way they would go back to 160 was for Errol Spence. So the catch rate of 164, even though that it was on the table, they have vocally said that the only way they'll go back down to 160 was for Errol Spence. So I don't think that nobody could shit on the idea of that being on the table. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like
how fluid was that?
More like
that
a
comment,
retirement
Punch?
move.
But how fluid is that comment? Was that recent or was that like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
You know, that I come back down. I mean, you know, I'm sorry if it was 2 years ago. I'm not holding him to that. This dude's fighting at light heavyweight right now. I mean,
no, but I'm just saying. I know that's why I said I'm not saying that it could be right, but I'm just saying just to implement that. Let's be fair. He have said that in the past, so we got to implement
that was in the past 2 years ago, man. I mean, like
this is boxing, you know. Hey, Errol Spence only fought 2 times in the span of 2 years, right?
You know, I could tell a chick, yeah, it was 2 years ago. I told you I was gonna put a ring on your finger, but damn, bro, it's 2 years later, and like you haven't put it on, right? It's because it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? And you know, when it comes to this, you know, I'm sorry, it comes to, you know, things change. His weight's changed and everything else.
I think they used it for bait too. They probably used the Errol Spence for bait just so he could sign with that PBC deal.
Yeah, because it wasn't a solidified or maybe or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was yeah.
I mean, even still, I think it you know, a lot of fans here, at least in America, would have liked to see the Benavidez fight or the Charlo fight. You know what I mean? And I think, as you know, I remember when everybody was like, man, we wanted to see that happen.
But he's only 31, 32 years old. So let's not forget that even when Mayweather got his deal with Showtime, he was 36 years old. He got that major
none of these
deal.
fighters are looking to fight after 35, 36.
I think Canelo said
he's 7 years.
7 years he's gonna be fighting.
Yeah, but I'm saying Errol Spence don't look like he's looking to fight more than 2-3 years to me.
That's what I'm saying. I think that if he took this deal, it was a cash out deal. It's a cash out deal for Errol Spence.
You think Errol Spence was gonna not fight more after Canelo Alvarez?
Nah, where that money gonna come from?
I mean, his stock might not go higher. I mean, because he fought Canelo. I mean,
did Caden Plant stock go higher? Does Billy Joe Saunders stock go higher? Did Cannon Smith stock go higher?
Billy Joe Saunders is getting close to Canelo money if he fights in England with Chris Eubank Jr.
I think Plant is expected to make more money.
Billy Joe Saunders big money.
Caden Plant is making to make what, more than 12 million that he got? No.
Nah, I ain't gonna say all that, but he's not scheduled to make more than what he got.
He's gonna make way more than he ever made when he was used to get. So he'll probably be getting about 5-6 million.
Nah, these guys ain't built. These guys that even when Canelo Alvarez, I don't even think that Caden Plant could sell out a high school gym in Tennessee. in his own state, I don't think so. So I don't, I think that Caleb Plant and David Benavidez will be a good fight and they'll make good money. I think right now these guys can make good money, but it got to be matchup now since these guys ain't not even close to cash cows. These guys ain't pound for pound fighters. These guys ain't notable fighters. These guys is not familiar with the casuals. These guys don't even have a belt. Caleb Plant,
they can make more money than they've been making, I guess, is what you're trying to say.
Right, right.
They can make some decent
money. If they fight each other. If they fight each other, though, like a matchup, I think this is the era of the matchups if they want to make some good money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they could do a local thing like Tank does. Sell, make the type of money that Tank be making by selling maybe, that close to 200,000 pay-per-view. Put it in a region where it's gonna sell out the gate. You know what I mean?
And I think that's what works for Errol Spence in Texas is the gate, but not necessarily pay-per-view. No, he ain't a pay-per-view star. You got to stop with the pay-per-view. I don't think nobody really a pay-per-view star, but he is a gate. He sells tickets in Texas. Now, can he come back to New York and sell out a Barclays Center? I don't think so. Could he sell out? Man, hell no. Could he sell out? Could he go to Atlanta and do what Gervonta Davis did? No, I don't think so. You think so?
Yes, I live in Atlanta. Yeah. Atlanta's one of those cities, man. Whatever's popping, whatever's hot, they own it.
So they got to test the waters.
Events are not hard to promote in Atlanta, particularly like anything with a big name, celebrity or athlete. Yeah, they down for it.
Hip hop.
But I'm talking about like Pac, not having the black sheet in the balcony like they did for Gervonta Davis.
Well, so
I ain't talking about that Pac. I'm talking about Pac to the rafters, to the roof.
Pac, the Serrano Taylor Pac.
Serrano Taylor. I got video.
The Bud Spence would I think would pack out all the arenas you name.
No, I think no. They will sell tickets. They will sell tickets. I'm saying, would they sell the pay-per-view? I don't think they're gonna sell the pay-per-view. Tickets, yes. Tickets, yeah. They go and fight in Las Vegas, yes. They're gonna fight and if they could pack Ugas and Errol Spence almost 40,000, yes, they could do 50,000. They could do that. I believe so. Especially with the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones promoting that shit. In the winter, in the winter or fall, yes, they could do that. Hell yeah.
I'm saying that if it ain't broke, why fix it? You know what I mean? If you're selling out a specific region, then keep it there, man. Keep on selling there, man. I mean, why do you gotta go to Vegas if you're selling where you at and selling it out? You know what I mean? I mean
the ticket price is more in Vegas. That's why. Like, yeah, it's smaller, but I think the ticket price is more.
Well, look at Shakur and Valdez. They barely sold 10,000 tickets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But I think, man, I heard that. That's true.
Yeah, there was 10,102 tickets what they sold.
Damn, that's crazy.
You know,
is that good? In
well, for
because
a stadium
I know the T-Mobile holds what over 17,000, almost.
Was this at the MGM Grand, right?
MGM
that they were fighting.
Grand. Yeah,
I think that's 16,800 or 16,900 is the capacity at that stadium.
And that begs us to ask this question, Punch. Shakur Stevenson, to be a superstar, has he got that in him to be the next Canelo Alvarez to sell a 70,000, 80,000 tickets? Like Tyson Fury sold 95,000 tickets. That's a superstar. Canelo sells 75,000 tickets. That's a superstar.
It's too early.
I think
these are superstar volume tickets. This is a gate. That's
what but 5 years ago he wasn't selling that type of stadium shit.
Yeah, but we're talking about now, right? So
I think he's on his way.
Yeah,
I think with this, I think he's gonna need another fight to see how much he really do sell, because he said it himself. He said that it felt like the 10,000 people was all Oscar Valdez fans. He said that. So.
And literally, the majority were.
So
you know what I mean.
So in reality, could he sell? Now I say this: why don't I think this was the mistake too? Why didn't you put two tri-state area fighters to fight in New York? Why wasn't Atlanta? Why did they fight in Atlanta? They were supposed to fight in New York.
Jamal
Herring, Jamal Herring, New York, and Shakur Stevenson from Jersey. I think that for me right there should have been a Madison Square Garden fight.
Somebody paid them the site fee.
Their fans would have came out. You know what I'm saying?
The site fee was too good. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what it was.
Even though I know that in Atlanta, a lot of New York people moved to Atlanta, but
if Shakur is to get Lomachenko, like you know, God willing, this damn fucking war ends, and and Lomachenko's in good health, and I think a Lomachenko fight would be really good for Shakur if he is to beat Lomachenko.
I think so. But
it'll sell.
I don't think Bob Arum is ready for that.
And
I don't think Bob Arum is ready for.
He wants to cash out Lomachenko for something else just yet. I get it, but you know what? The one thing that that's got to be said, these free fights on ESPN, is a lot of good exposure for this young man. More eyeballs, man. The more eyeballs, the better for him, man. I hope he cleans up. Look, what happened after the fight, bro. That type of shit can't be happening. I don't give a fuck whose fault it was. That family and circle and friends, yo, man, you took away the shine from this young man. You know what I mean? And hey, sometimes you gotta bite your tongue. Sometimes you gotta bite your ego and not fuck something up for the bigger picture. Because what happened to that young man, his shine was taken away. You know what I mean? And if that gets cleaned up, and a couple of his antics, he's still young and says some goofy things, but overall, I mean, I think he's got the goods, man. The kid's got a he's got $1 million smile, bro. He could sell, man. The thing is, he just got to clean some of his antics up. He doesn't need to be the bad guy, is what I'm saying. He doesn't have to be the jerk. He really does.
Yeah, he could follow. I think he has the ability to follow the Sugar Ray Leonard blueprint.
Yeah, man.
That's what I wanted for Haney, but
the thing is,
that's not him, and that doesn't align with Newark. I know he would. So I live in Atlanta, but I'm from Newark, so that doesn't that. Oh shit, I'm muted.
No, you're not muted, bro. You're loud and clear, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, yeah. That Sugar Ray Leonard style or persona doesn't necessarily align with what Newark represents. And he wears Newark on his shirt, so he has to lean more towards that persona.
Yeah, but he don't look like he does have the baby face. He don't look like the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? He don't got that.
Yeah, he got the baby face, but he does look like a Newark nigga. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like being from Newark, Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna say I was just gonna change it up right quick, but no, keep on finish up. I was going.
Yeah. No, that's all I was saying. Did y'all see the day where he said he's torn right now between undisputed at 130 and a big fight?
Yeah. I heard that, but yeah. I think I understand him and I understand Bob Arum at the same time. Like, I do understand it. It's still a business, and
you heard what Bob Arum said, Chico Malo?
Which recently today?
Yeah, what he said about undisputed for Shakur.
I saw when he said that. I saw when he said a few weeks ago he doesn't like undisputed period. But I didn't see
what he said today. They were talking about Shakur for undisputed. What he said is, you can't tell nobody in this room can tell me who those other two guys are. That shit ain't gonna make that shit ain't gonna sell.
Right.
That's what he said today. So the business side is not, and then you got to remember the business side is that one belt is at PBC, the other one's at DAZN. So how realistic is it that I find it hard that PBC is gonna let that fight happen.
And that totally makes sense with what Shakur said. He kind of aligns with that.
So maybe I think what he's doing is he's been told and he's he's just putting it out there. Look, man, I want it, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I just want to
right. It don't make sense.
You know what I mean? Right. So he's selling the idea that it's not, putting it out there at least that it might not just happen.
So basically, what I'm hearing now is that Shakur Stevenson is having doubts on being undisputed because of the money ain't right, and he's got a bigger fight if he doesn't fight for undisputed, and he can get more money on a bigger fight if it's
the money ain't right. The money is not right for Bob Arum to make money. That's what is being said. Bob Arum saying he's not going to make no money off of that.
But Shakur can make legacy. He can make history here.
That doesn't mean shit to Bob Arum.
Yeah, but then Bob Arum is holding up a man who can make legacy.
It is what it is, man. I mean, you know, it's a business. I saw another
good point on Twitter today. Somebody made the point that like how undisputed is undisputed if the two guys that you're potentially gonna fight, you know, people already pretty much know that you'll beat. They feel like Valdez will beat the two other champs, so you don't even have to really fight him. So they were saying that was an argument as to why he might as well go ahead and go up to 135 where the big fights are.
135.
Yeah, instead of fighting undisputed because of the other two champs are like pretty much like not only are they unknown, but how talented are they? Would they even be a real fight or a match for Stevenson? You know, people talk about Terrence Crawford and who he went against for his undisputed, so they kind of like discredit him to an extent.
You know, I get the idea that the young kid would want to be undisputed, and I don't blame him at all. You know what I mean? But there's a point to what you're saying. There's a business aspect point. You know what I mean? And be honest, bro. The kid looked like Skeletor on weigh-ins, bro. 130 is not healthy for this young man. 130, I think he's outgrown that, and it is time to move up. I said that before the fight even happened on Saturday. This should be his last fight at 130 and move up, and don't have a situation like a Munguia, like Virgil Ortiz or Teofimo, you know, trying to make weight that because he's a big motherfucking kid for that weight. You know what I mean? Valdez looked like a little midget, bro. I mean, he looks small compared to Shakur. You know, so this kid he needs to move up. I mean, for his own health, even forget about everything else, just for his health. You know, you don't want to see these, you know, I don't want to see none of these young fighters killing themselves. I mean, like Spence, bro. We know Spence is struggling to make 147, man. That's crazy for him to want to keep on doing that to himself. That can't be healthy. It just can't be healthy. You know what I mean? You know, if you're walking around at 175 pounds, you're going to try to drain yourself to 147. I mean, just think about that. Anybody here said, yo, man, I'm going to, in 2 months, I'm going to drop, you know, 35, 40 pounds. Let's go. Let me see you do that, bro. That's crazy, man.
Now, the thing with Spence is he's pretty much, he's like basically like rededicated himself. He's become a gym rat. I don't think he's gaining any, he's not going probably more than, I don't even think he's going 15 pounds overweight. You know what I'm saying? He's constantly in the gym at this point.
He's a big dude, though. He's a big dude.
Yeah,
just naturally
inside. Yeah, naturally inside. That's why I actually wouldn't. I would love to see the fight, him and Canelo at 164. I would love to see it. But
but if you're asking a fighter to like, you know, to right off the bat, you know, be fighting at 164 when he's been fighting his whole career at 147. You know what I mean?
He's at a disadvantage, no question. I mean, on paper it makes no sense, but I would love to see it. I mean,
respect for taking the challenge, but I see Canelo knocking him out.
Possibly.
If pillow fisted, if we saw what pillow fisted Ugas did to him, what would a punch from Canelo do? You know what I mean? So that's where I see
and his career.
That's a whole conversation right there, because people say what Ugas did to him. Are you talking about when his with the mouthpiece thing?
When he blasted him on the mouthpiece, and if it wasn't for the ropes, he would have landed in the 20th row.
He literally caught him off guard, though.
What you think that Canelo could do?
Nah.
Well, no.
Look at before that punch that he knocked the mouthpiece off. Look at go like 3 seconds before that. That's the punch that actually hurt him. It was another right hand that hurt him. People stop only on the punch or begin with the punch with the mouthpiece.
But that particular right hand that you're speaking about didn't have him stumbling or wobbling, because when Ugas hit him the second time, upon him hitting him, he was literally looking around, like whether he was looking around because he was dazed. He wasn't wobbling. If you're saying he's looking around because he's dazed from the punch that he hit with, and then, you know, the other argument is he thought the ref said stop for his mouth, whatever the case may be. But the point is he wasn't like wobble-legged or anything like that at that point.
But he got to a point where he was wobbled.
Well, yeah,
and I'm just saying,
So
and
I'm
just saying that if Ugas was able to do
whether
that,
he was dazed at that point or whether he was actually legitimately looking for his mouthpiece.
I mean, to be fair with you though, he wasn't really that wobbled because Floyd Mayweather got more wobbled by Shane Mosley. I mean, this is the first time we saw Errol Spence in any tiny kind of, you know what I mean? Like he was.
Oh, he got hurt by Emmanuel Lardy.
Yeah, years ago. But let's remember, Floyd Mayweather hurt. Floyd Mayweather got hurt by a few fighters, bro. Madonna fucking hurt Floyd Mayweather.
What does that have to do with Spence? It's a different person, a different chin.
What we're saying is Spence's resistance was quick. It was quick. And then it didn't take him long to just overpower the fight.
Well, it ain't going to be quick if Canelo lands one.
Yeah, but we got to remember this. Spence, even if he came up in weight, he's going to also be stronger, you know. It ain't going to be...
Okay, you're stronger at the punch doesn't make you a stronger chin.
What I'm saying is Errol Spence got a chin. If he comes up in weight, I reckon Errol Spence can do just as good as a Charlo's, or if not better. I reckon Errol Spence can do better than the Charlo.
He knows boxing, bro.
I reckon Errol Spence can do better than the Charlo.
No. Errol Spence will be stronger, but you're forgetting about his opponent that's going to be stronger.
Of course.
And it doesn't make your chin stronger.
So if you fight Canelo Alvarez, and yes, he makes 164, when it comes time to rehydrate, now you in there with the real bigger fighter. It's not just making it. You're not going to fight at 164. Is that rehydrate? Now, Errol Spence maybe rehydrate at 170, 172, and Canelo Alvarez is like at 180 something. And now you're really dealing with the big guy. That's why there's weight classes for a reason.
No, for sure.
Let me ask you this, Punch. I got a question for you. Who do you like, Errol Spence or Boots?
Right now?
Right now.
Right now, still Errol Spence.
Still Errol Spence? Not necessarily based on skill level, but more so that would be one of those experience things, or what? What's your reason?
Maybe right now, still experience thing. You know, I think that I like Boots' skill set better than Errol Spence, but Errol Spence is still a high value puncher. He's his effective pressure is the best in the division, and he's still young. He's still in his prime. So, and if you did find that hunger back, you know what I'm saying, Errol Spence is still a dog. You know, is Boots a dog?
We don't know.
We know that he got the skills, but what about we seen Errol Spence be a dog versus a dog. We've seen the punch resistance of Errol Spence that we have not seen yet from Boots Ennis. He hurt Kell Brook in the end. He stopped Kell Brook in the later rounds. He knocked down Sean Porter in the later rounds. So we know he got punch resistant. I think it was in the 8th round or 7th round that Ugas said that he busted his eye. So his punch resistance is there. His continuous pressure, effective pressure is there. Him working behind the jab, he's fundamentally sound. So yeah, I still got Earl, and that's just because there's certain things that we need to see from Boots Ennis to say that he gonna beat Earl.
All right, so all those things you just named, for Boots, for Earl, is why I would love to see the Canelo fight. Imagine him at 164. You know, I agree with the point. I agree with the point about. I agree with the point about that being his first fight at 164. But if that's what it took, you know, I'd be happy with it.
Now but like earlier, I don't know if you was listening earlier. Now I get the reason why I feel like he won't even pass 5 rounds with Canelo, not because I don't think that Errol Spence don't got the heart or the grit or even the punch resistance.
You just gave the reason why he'll last 5.
The style. Errol Spence don't fight backwards. Canelo Alvarez is the best counter puncher in the game.
Got you.
Errol Spence is the smaller guy. Errol Spence is going to throw punches. The more you throw, the more subjective you are. Errol Spence is not a wizard at defense. Errol Spence don't got the footwork to even survive certain rounds like a Billy Joe Saunders could have survived, or even a Caleb Plant. Those guys got better footwork than Errol Spence. They could fight backwards.
So what does Errol Spence have to survive in this fight? Does he?
He won't survive.
So you don't think that jab? You don't think that jab will keep him alive? That pressure and that jab that he applies, nah.
Nah, he throws a bunch of stiff jabs. That's why he gets countered.
He gets
more than 5. It sounds like I'm fairly new to you, Punch. I've been checking out your videos and whatnot, so I'm not sure. Where do you stand with the Terrence Crawford and the Errol Spence?
I got Bud.
You got okay. Well, that's fair. And I brought up Boots because even before I really just became aware of the whole Errol Spence Canelo thing. Like I didn't realize you guys were mentioning it earlier that it actually was a thought a couple of years ago or a few years ago, huh? Was it something potentially on the table like a few years ago? I guess when Canelo was at 160 or something.
Well, for who? For Earl?
It sounded like y'all said something about Canelo wouldn't come back down to 160.
Yeah, that was like 2 years ago.
There was an interview. I think there was an interview with Eddie Reynoso, and they said, "What about Charlo? What about Errol Spence?" And they said the only way they'll go back down to 160 is just to fight Errol Spence. That's the only way.
That was a few years ago. Or was that recently?
I think it was maybe like almost 2 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. See,
it was before the pandemic, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware of that, but yeah, so that's why, because prior to even knowing that, I had already been considering. I was like, maybe in about, I was on some fast track. Like I'm like, who can beat Canelo? I'm on some fast track. Like who can beat Canelo? And only person I gave a chance really, because like I said, I didn't even know even the whole Bud thing, and I mean not Bud, but Errol thing was even a thought. But I said who's probably in about 3 or 4 years. Go wherever Canelo is and get him. So that's why I asked you about Earl and Boots.
I think for certain in the next few years, Canelo's just gonna end up staying at that light heavyweight more than likely. Yeah, I don't, because you get older. It's just you're just naturally just gonna be heavier. So whoever's gonna want to meet him is gonna have to go all the way up there. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. So let's say I said Earl Spence won't pass the 5th round. Rapstar, you said that Amir Khan passed the fifth round. So Earl should pass the 5th round.
I believe that Errol Spence at that weight will do better than what people might give him credit for. I feel that he'll be in the fight for a while, just like Kell Brook was with Gennady Golovkin. And I feel Errol Spence will find ways to, you might think that Canelo might, Errol don't have defense. He does have defense. Errol Spence still has a way of, he don't get punched cleanly. Yeah, he gets hit. But Errol Spence knows when to move back. He can time it. He knows how to, keep the distance. And he can come in at the times when he needs to come in. I think Errol Spence don't get the what's it called? He's a good boxer too. He wouldn't be an Olympian.
Who got better footwork and who got better range?
What I'm saying is, Errol Spence knows how to work the range. Who
got better footwork? Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, or Errol Spence?
But maybe Errol Spence fighting style doesn't need that footwork, bro.
But what's the answer?
So if you don't got the footwork, then he's gonna stand in front of Canelo Alvarez.
I'm saying that he also knows how to work the distance. He'll find ways to, maybe observe certain Canelo punches and then give certain, bring something to the table. Maybe, we don't know that jab might be something that Canelo got to deal with for certain rounds. We don't know. But what I do know is that we got to favor Canelo. This is really crazy for Errol to jump straight to that weight class to fight.
I'm just saying all over. I'm saying all around. With the best guys that got footwork, from Daniel Jacobs that know how to switch, from Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders got way better footwork than Earl Spence. He's gonna get to you, right? The jab. I think that Kovalev got a better jab and a stiffer jab and a more powerful jab than Errol Spence, and he still got him. He still got him out of there. And he's a taller guy, rangier guy, bigger guy. What is Errol Spence gonna do to trouble Canelo Alvarez?
Now, what did Errol Spence do against Floyd Mayweather that made Mayweather?
Who never answers your question
until today? That Errol Spence did something with Floyd Mayweather's style, just of being the fighter that he is, that gave Floyd trouble.
Are you talking about sparring?
But I'm just saying though,
like, we didn't even see that. Like what?
But Floyd,
can you show us the tape? Like, I want to see the tape. Like,
no, but it's like people don't recognize that Errol's got maybe another gear to his game.
Bro, we talking about we talking about fights and we're talking about sparring, bro.
But what I'm
talking about fantasy.
That Canelo isn't the big favorite in this fight. Of course he is. But Errol Spence, to entertain the idea and go straight there, he's a dog. He's a dog.
Errol
Spence is a dog. A true.
I mean, there's dogs, but what type of dog could he be? Well, maybe he's a little Yorkie.
I think Spence is faster than Kovalev, and I think he does have better footwork than Billy Joe Saunders. Caleb Plant may have him, but I think he's faster than Kovalev, and he has better footwork than Billy Joe.
I don't know. That's the part. I don't think so. I know that Errol Spence style is high volume puncher. He's a pressure fighter, effective aggression. That's how he fights. So now we just can't say that he's gonna be this elusive slick fighter, because that he's not an elusive slick fighter. He's not gonna become an elusive slick fighter at the age of 32. Let's go with what we know of Errol Spence.
Does Canelo have better footwork than Caleb Plant?
I don't think he got better forward than Caleb Plant. I don't think he could move around the ring like a Caleb Plant.
No, Errol don't move like that.
I'm talking about Canelo. Does Canelo have better footwork than Caleb Plant?
No, Caleb Plant. Canelo Alvarez know how to cut the ring off.
Right.
With the best movers. He know how to cut the ring off. That's what I'm saying. So that's not Errol Spence. And if Errol Spence moved backwards, who's the best in pursuing the guy? So he's going to cut him in the ring and put him on the ropes. What Errol Spence is going to do? He never did good on the ropes. Every time he was on the back foot, go check out the 7th round, even with Danny Garcia. When Danny Garcia was even in pursuit and he got a high guard, Errol Spence got a high guard, which Errol Spence likes to block. Either he blocks with his hand or he has the high guard, and that's the way he backs up. Well, how did he do versus Kell Brook when he backed up? I'm saying that it's not that. I think that even a guy like Jermell Charlo will last more in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, because he know how to move and move backwards.
Nah, I think you got to give credit to Errol.
It's Spence not. You never seen Errol Spence move backwards. These are facts.
Knows how to move backwards.
You never seen him. Tell me which fight. Tell me which fight that he moved backwards.
But what I'm saying is, if he has to move backwards, he will know how to move backwards, bro.
Right. And then when he does, it's Canelo Alvarez, baby. It's Canelo Alvarez. You fighting. It's not Mikey Garcia that's gonna pursue you. It's Canelo.
Right, but what I'm saying is Errol's got just as much chance as Jamal Charlo, if not more. He fights better than Jamal Charlo. He got a better jab than Jamal Charlo.
I'm saying Jamal Charlo got the footwork, just like we saw the footwork with Tony Harrison in the end, just like he got the footwork of Brian Castaño.
Okay, so you think Errol's style's not the greatest for Canelo? So at this point, then, whose style, if he was bigger, beats Canelo? What about
why you think that even
Terence Crawford? Terence Crawford's style.
Why you think the haters
Canelo Alvarez a lot of problems?
Let me ask you a question. Why the haters say, why doesn't Canelo Alvarez fight the black slick fighter? Why? Because they know that the guy that stands in front of him, Canelo's going to take him out. And Errol Spence is the guy that stays in front of you. He's not the slick black fighter. The reason they say the slick black fighter is because they feel like the guy that can move around and work the outside is because he lost to Floyd Mayweather like that. The guy that stands in front of Canelo Alvarez, man, Triple G, he stood in front of Canelo Alvarez. He took Triple G's punches. He took Kovalev's punches. He took the switch of this guy's punches. Man, Errol Spence is now won't last of 5 rounds because of Errol Spence's style. Just because of his style.
Really? I mean, yeah, I mean, that's your view for sure. Okay. But I think Errol Spence, maybe, you know what? Just like you got to remember, Canelo Alvarez might take his time until he works out Errol Spence. He might not just go straight in to try and bully him. Maybe Errol Spence too has got something to offer at that weight when he gets into that weight class. He ain't going to be fighting like a welterweight, is he? So
I'm saying,
at this point,
how's he going to fight?
At this point, the way you make it sound is that Terence Crawford style is way better to fight Canelo than Errol Spence.
Yeah, that's why that's why I even got a Buck Crawford beating a Spence, because he just got different type of attributes.
Do you think Bud Crawford, if he was bigger, could beat definitely beat Canelo Alvarez?
I mean, that's not if games. I don't know.
I mean,
I mean, everybody that Canelo Alvarez beats is bigger than him. Everybody that Canelo Alvarez beat is bigger than him. Callum Smith was bigger than him. Billy Joel was bigger than him. Caleb Plant was bigger than him. Danny Jacobs was bigger than him. Triple G was bigger than him. Kovalev was bigger than him. Everybody that he fights is bigger than him. Chavez Jr. bigger than him.
He's always had to stare at everybody looking up.
Dmitry Bivol is bigger than him. If he fights Joe Smith Jr., he'll be bigger than him. If he fights Berturi, he'll be bigger than him. If he fights Jamar Charlo is taller than him. If he fights Dmitry Andre, is 6'1", he's taller than him. So everybody he beats like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson just was the shortest heavyweight, but
bring me up to speed, Punch. Who do you think has the best chance at beating Canelo right now?
The best chance,
Benavidez?
No, but I don't. Best chance to challenge. I say this. I always said the guy can make Canelo Alvarez adjust more, think more, will be Dmitry Andre. The guy that possessed the most threat is David Benavidez.
But Benavidez is a come forward fighter. He doesn't have any footwork, does he?
He got, for his height, he got forward. The only thing is he squares up when he throws the right hand. So when he throws that right hand, he squares up, and Canelo, he's so subjected to get hurt to the body.
He is fun to watch, boy, I tell you.
And the thing is, he throws. I think he got the fastest hands in 168. He throws great combination. He could throw a 6-punch combination that I don't think that nobody in 175 or 168 could do.
Yeah, those combinations are crazy.
You know, a lot of people still, and Canelo Alvarez got his defense got way better. He got upper body movement as well. He's staying in precision. He's staying in the pocket. Just look at the way that he's catching these guys. He ain't even moving. He's just staying and he's using all waist. The way he broke the over the bone of Billy Joe. He stayed right there. Boom, a counter. Beautiful. The same way that he was punching Caleb Plant. The same way he got him. I just feel like Canelo Alvarez right now, he's in Black Mamba mode. I was going to say when he said Amir Khan, I was like, that was even before he fought Amir Khan, even before Triple G. So right now, Canelo Alvarez is just is his level and where he's at right now is just different. He's just different right now.
You think Canelo Alvarez works out a slick fighter? He kind of like waits for his, like he works out how a slick fighter moves. Then he kind of works and adapts to that slick fighter in knowing how he's going to attack him. Where they can't use their slickness anymore.
Oh, my fault. I didn't get to see that, Yono. I ain't see it, my brother. Ride of the Storm, who will win Spence versus Triple G? I wish Spence. But at this point, I don't think that Errol Spence hurts Triple G. Triple G will still hunt him down. Just because his style is staying in front of you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't trust his footwork like that, in my opinion. That's what it is.
So for this Saturday, how you got it? You got it a 12-round decision, or are we getting a stoppage?
I got a stoppage in the 8th.
Okay.
Gotta stop pushing that.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that it goes to a 12.
When he stopped Kovalev, 11th?
I know it was late rounds. I mean,
he said, "Punch, you bugging." Spence beats Triple G. Why and how? PJ, why and how? How does he beat Triple G?
Punch, man. Me tengo que ir, manito.
All right, brother.
You know, but okay, man. Everybody, man, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, man. God bless everybody on the chat, except for
Yeah, go get my money and
you too, man. You too. Even you got to pray for your enemies too.
Just go suck your cock.
You know what I mean?
Cock and bring my $42.
Shut up, bro. You desperate, bro. I already bought groceries for your kids, bro.
I don't give a fuck about you, principal.
I already brought groceries for your kids, man. But I'll say that, man. Everybody, man. God bless.
Night. Shut up, you gay.
God bless. God bless, brother. He can't handle that output. Oh my God. All right, man. All right. If y'all think so, you know what I'm saying? If y'all think so, you know, I just feel like his style. See, that's what I mean. Look at the style like Triple G, right? Triple G style. That he comes forward. You know, he got a chin. Look what he did to this guy. This guy was doing all right, Murata. And then one hit, boom. Like, people forget. You got to remember, these guys rehydrate. Y'all just thinking about Errol Spence. Oh, he go to 160. Then y'all forgetting about that other 160 that is a naturally bigger guy and what he hydrates to. And then they come back in the ring and this guy's weighing 15 more pounds. Come on, man. Come on, guys, man. Y'all ain't even talking about Errol Spence at 154. I ain't even talking about Errol Spence at 154. So y'all gonna let me know. He outboxes Brian Castano too. And he beats Tony Harrison easy too, right? And he beats Jamal Charlo easy.
Errol Spence knocks Tony Harrison's head off. But go on.
Yeah, okay.
Errol Spence will fuck up that skinny Tony Harrison.
Okay.
I'm saying that. You know what I mean?
The thought is that he beats Jamel as well. So if he's beating Jamel, then I'm taking him over everybody else in the 154.
See, this I think because you'll hear a sparring story. When it's time to go out there and wear those 8 or 10 ounce gloves, and now you an animal, it's a whole different type of beast. It's a whole different type of beast. No, I don't think Errol Spence beat Jamal Charlo.
He's already a naturally big guy for 147 in particular. I just think him adding weight just only makes him even bigger and badder, in my opinion. It doesn't slow him down. I don't think it takes anything away from it at all. Mm-hmm. I think the way he was a tank with you guys, he could be a tank at 154.
Yeah, I think that Errol Spence beat Janabek too.
Janabek at what, 160?
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, I haven't seen Janabek fight. I've only heard about Janabek.
He said, Puppet said, delete your channel. All right, pay me. Give me 200K right now and I'll delete it. Right now, and I'll give you the password. Who else? So we got so yeah, man, Canelo Alvarez will and Spence career if they ever fought. The way just the way that it was intended if they ever put him up against. He said Punch Drunk is a hate. I think he said Punch Drunk is a hate. I think he took his girl. Okay, so yeah, he beats Canelo Alvarez, right? Real Spill TV. He beats Canelo Alvarez, right?
Wow.
he beats Canelo Alvarez, right?
Boy, the Spence fans are here to attack Punch Drunk.
Now I know why they call him what they call it?
Huh?
What they call it? What's the name? Spence sexual. What is it? Aerosexual, something like that.
Aerosexuals.
I understand. I understand now where that name come from. So I hate Errol Spence because I don't give him a chance versus Canelo Alvarez. These channels is funny, man. The leaders of these channels be getting these dudes all wet and shit like that.
Hey, look how many people know the name. Aerosexual.
He's the truth. He's the truth. I hate
man
you, Punch.
Down. Man down, bro.
They want fucking this guy to put him man down. They love that shit. Who's your favorite fighter? You know my favorite fighter is man down. Oh my god. Come over here, puppet. Where you going, man? Stay over here, you puppet. That's what you really are, a puppet. This is what you are. This is you. Hey, yo, you think Errol Spence could beat Canelo Alvarez? Of course he can. Of course he could beat Canelo Alvarez. I think he got good movement. I think he's a big welterweight. I think if he goes to 164 pounds, I think he could actually do it. I think he could actually stop Canelo Alvarez the way that he stopped Dennis Ugas, you know? I think that I think he boxes better than Floyd Mayweather because of the the sparring story, you know? When he was preparing to fight, who was it? Manny Pacquiao or something like that? Or Ghost Guerrero? Of course. Errol Spence is the truth. He's the best, you know? He beats everybody, you know? He beats Triple G. He beats Canelo. He beats David Benavidez. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hey, Punch.
Yo.
So someone says, Fundora beats Spence and turns him into the false, right? That's funny as shit, right? But
Fundora.
So yeah, you like Fundora against Spence?
Shit, that'd be a good fight. See, I'll give Errol Spence a chance though. I saw how Erickson Lubin was you know, he has success. I see Errol Spence having success for Fundora.
And Lubin is, I guess he's taking on the moniker having being chinny. So yeah.
See, the only thing with Earl is his style versus a Canelo style. Now you say Errol Spence versus Daniel Jacobs. I even might go with Errol Spence. Why? Does Daniel Jacobs do good with pressure? We've seen his last fight. Even since the amateur, Sean Porter knocked out Daniel Jacobs in the amateur. Could he handle the pressure? So I will pick Errol Spence. The matchup, I got Errol Spence beating Daniel Jacobs. We saw how he struggled with Rosario. So see, so is the style. I got Errol Spence beating Daniel Jacobs, the bigger guy, 168. You see. The styles. I got Errol Spence, Munguia. I got Errol Spence being Munguia. Who y'all got? I got Errol Spence being Munguia.
So look, you think Janabek is the man at 160?
I don't think it's the man at 160. I think that Demetrius Andre is the man at 160.
Okay. Damn, man, what's gonna happen with this guy, man? He got a shoulder injury. Everything's pushed back. Golly.
But it's a 50-50 fight, him and Charlo. I just feel like he got better attributes, in my opinion.
With who? Bubu?
Yeah.
Bubu and Charlo?
Yeah, I like that fight. That's the fight I want to see. I want to see that fight. Who you think who wins, Errol Spence or Bud?
Man, so initially I'm a Bud fan. I'm a Bud fan. I don't know. It's just gonna be good to see, man. I'm not even. It's hard, man.
Not Jimbo Slice. He didn't vacate the title. He didn't vacate the 160-pound title. He's a super WBO. So if he would have won the interim 168, then he would have had to make the choice whether to drop the interim at 168 or drop his WBO title at middleweight. But he's still the middleweight champion, the WBO middleweight champion. Reverse the question. How Triple G beats EJ? Effective pressure, stiff jab, know how to cut the ring off, power, and know how to take a punch. That's how he beats him. The bigger man, the good big man beats up the good little man. Would he have success? Yes, I believe that he will have success with Triple G. But once Triple G feels like this guy don't have the power to stop me, let's not forget Triple G couldn't be stopped by Canelo Alvarez either with his power, hitting flush shots. That's what I mean. Like, people got to understand, like, his Errol Spence style is to come at you and go to the body and stuff like that. It's different. He's going to stay in front of you. And when he stays in front of you with the bigger guy, he's not the elusive guy. He's not going to be trying to box around you, hitting the jab and boxing around you. His style is to win on the inside. His style is high volume punching. That's his style.
That's the thing. It don't look like he get tired, man. He has a motor, man.
Exactly. He got a motor, but look who he got a motor with. He got a motor with Ugas, right? He got a motor with Sean Porter, which he could have lost. Remember, he won a split decision with Sean Porter.
Right.
Even with the knockdown, he won a split decision. Even with a knockdown. So imagine if it wasn't for the knockdown, he would have lost the fight. Even with that, he had a split decision win. You know, he didn't take out Danny Garcia. He didn't take out Mikey Garcia. Guys that's known to have a chin in the lower division. These guys are bigger. That's known to have a chin. Canelo and Triple G. It's just the style. That's what it is. Bud Crawford, he could bang, and he could box you in the outside. Could switch up. The only thing with Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence, in my opinion, is that he don't throw more jabs at Errol Spence, and he don't pressure his fighter like a Bud Crawford. I mean, he don't pressure his fighter like Errol Spence, and high volume punching. That's why it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good stylistic fight. I just feel like Bud Crawford has the intangible to adjust to an Errol Spence.
Yeah, so I like Bud. My thing is he's just never fought anybody, and vice versa. Spence hasn't fought anybody the caliber of Bud, but I do think Spence has the better resume of the two.
Yeah, he does. He does got a better
resume of the two. And it's gonna be fun to watch, man. I can't wait to see it. I don't even want to pick one or the other. I like I said, I'm a Crawford fan first, but I like Earl too, though. So, and I like Earl. That's what I don't get is why people feel the need to like, oh, because I like this one, I gotta hate the other one.
They got that Biggie Tupac syndrome. They got the
goofy, to me.
They got the Nas Jay-Z syndrome. If I like Nas, I gotta hate Jay-Z.
Right.
If you're a Drake fan and when they was having their beef, you hate Meek Mills and shit like that. You know, yeah. I like them all. I just feel like, the styles, that's what we talk about boxing. Styles make fights.
Right.
Styles make fights. Strap season, the boogeyman. Nobody really never the boogeyman. He got all the fights that he wants. Punch. Why the channels didn't report when Spence turned down Cotto? I don't know. I know he turned down the Cotto fight, but maybe he was just turning down the Golden Boy promotion deal, the 2-3 fight deal, and then he decided to stay with PBC. and fight Lamont Peterson. And that would have been a great win too, because Ram Ali beat Cotto. That could have been Errol Spence right there, beating Cotto. And then he would have become a 2-division world champion a long time ago. You never seen Errol Spence go down. Question is, can Bud take the power from Errol Spence? We'll see. We've seen both of these guys get wobbled before. So I think that
No, I said I'm back. Go on, bro.
No, I said we've seen both of these guys get wobbled before. And I think both of them got great heart, determination, punch resistance. It'll be a good 50-50 fight. I just slightly picked Bud Crawford because I just feel like if one of them needs to adjust, Bud Crawford has more intangibles to adjust, more tools in the toolbox to adjust. I think that Errol Spence stays with his game, you know what I'm saying, plan A, and just be persistent no matter what, just try to drown you. That's Errol Spence style.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's good perspective, bro. I mean, I think both fighters have their great intangibles to win. You know what I mean? Terence Crawford definitely has his opportunities to win this fight by using his style and trying to make it tricky for Errol Spence. But what I can say is that this might be more tricky for Terence Crawford because he never starts fast. Even with the Sean Porter, people had Sean Porter winning the fight or a draw before he got the stoppage.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem with, the mistake we're making, it could be like the Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor situation. That we're expecting Amanda Serrano to, maybe do something, and then she's got a good style and she can stop Katie Taylor, but she couldn't. And I think if Terence Crawford,
so Katie is Bud.
Go on.
Now I was gonna say, so Katie is Bud.
No, I'm saying if Terence Crawford, you always go to other fighters. You always make other, you know what I mean? You go to other fucking places with it. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if Terence Crawford is losing on the scorecard, let's say it's the 9th round, and Errol Spence is up by 6-3, and Terence Crawford tries to hurt Errol, and all of a sudden he might even try and hurt him, but boom, Errol's got a dog in him and he hurts Terence. Then Terence can't stop Errol, and he's going to get desperate. He could lose the fight, unanimous decision. I'm just saying it could go both ways, but I can see him losing to Errol Spence. I can.
No, I could see that. I could see him losing as well. That's a 50-50 fight. I'm just picking, like, let's say if I had to pick. I ain't picking because I have to pick. You know what I'm saying? I just picked the toolbox of Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean does Errol Spence have the quality to neutralize Bud? I think he's a smart fighter as well. Of course, he's an Olympian, so I know that he's a smart fighter. You know, but it's all about styles. That's it. It's just about styles, and I think that I don't think that one fighter is just better than the other. I think that you just gotta, it's just a better style. Do I think that Roberto Duran is better or Sugar Ray Leonard was actually better than Roberto Duran or vice versa? They just got a different style, you know? It's like Oscar De La Hoya. Even that he lost to who he lost to Shane, right? No, who had his number? Who he lost to? Or who Shane lost to?
He lost to Shane Mosley first, didn't he? No, I mean, he did lose to Shane Mosley as well. Yeah.
Oh, no, what I was going to say. Forrest. I believe that Forrest is a better fighter than Mayorga, but Mayorga had his number. But in quality and technique-wise, I think that Forrest was a better boxer, better fighter. But this guy, Mayorga, just had his number. You know? I think that Mike Tyson is a better fighter than Lennox Lewis. But Lennox Lewis beat Mike Tyson.
Yeah. And I think also we got to remember.
Hold on, you think Tyson's a better fighter than Lewis?
Yeah.
Skill set.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't.
In what way? Hold on. Now I'm a Tyson fan. I'm a huge Tyson.
Combination, footwork, defense. If you put it at the A game,
right,
not the Mike Tyson that we see later on in his career, A game, his head movement, foot movement, speed, agility, combination, body work. I think the only thing that you could say probably that he's better than him was the jab.
So
I mean,
it's a complicated argument, I guess, due to the fact that, you know, majority of Tyson's fights only lasted, you know, on average, what did Tyson's fights last? 3 rounds on average, if that.
Yeah. I think that Tyson has other attributes that because we looked at the knockouts, we forget that Mike Tyson wasn't hit as much. You know what I'm saying? That's why he had like 50 fights, 50 plus fights, and he no brain damage in the heavyweight division. No slurring of his words. He had a pickable style. He moved his head. He had a ferocious style.
Complete wrecking ball.
Yeah. I mean, you let me know what Lennox Lewis is better than Mike Tyson in.
I mean, you make some good points, but again, it's hard for me to draw that conclusion with the way with how Tyson fought and the way he disposed of his opponents. I mean, you know, we have plenty of on Lewis's, you know, ability to box and you know, adjust and so on and so forth. But Tyson was just a wrecking ball. So this is hard for me to say as far as boxing. And Tyson is literally my favorite fighter. Tyson fan.
See, let's say, okay, this person, Lennox is the better fighter. Mike Tyson was so ahead of the game that they came up at the same time, bro. They came up at the same time. When Mike Tyson was Mike Tyson, you ain't heard of Lennox Lewis.
Right. I agree.
Feel me? He was so much ahead of his time.
Special, no question.
So come on, man. Maybe PJ, you just saw Lennox Lewis when he beat Mike Tyson, man. Shit. Mike Tyson is prime in the 80s. Where was Lewis at? Where was Lewis at? PJ? Where was Lewis at? Come on, man. That's like saying, okay, who's a better fighter? Who got the better skill set? Bernard Hopkins or Roy Jones Jr.?
I think it's fair. For me, it's fair to say that Mike Tyson and Roy Jones are in a class by themselves. But I mean, Roy, as far as skill set, Roy is in my opinion neck and neck with anybody. But it was his athleticism that made him special, though.
But then Roy Jones lost twice to Antonio Tarver. But we know that he's not a better fighter than Roy Jones Jr. We know that.
Right. I think
but he lost to Antonio Tarver.
There's other factors in play, you know, outside of, I don't know, you know, I guess it's arguable.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, I think that it's all about styles and where you get these when you fight these fighters, when you fight them, and things of that nature. You know, that's how I see it. It's Hector Camacho who retired. Just Sugar Ray Leonard got retired by Hector Camacho. I think that was his last fight. What was his last fight? I think Hector Camacho. Did Hector Camacho beat Sugar Ray Leonard, right?
Yeah. No, on that one.
Who a better fighter? Everybody knows Sugar Ray Leonard is a better fighter. You know, it's like that.
I got a random, completely off-topic question I wanted to get your opinion on. Plus, we had a Brit on the phone, so I wanted to see what do you think's gonna happen with Josh Taylor, man?
I think Josh Taylor, to be honest, I think he want to fight Teofimo Lopez, because I feel like if he's gonna stay at 140, he's 32, 31 years old. He wants his money. Josh Taylor still haven't paid that. He still haven't gotten paid that top dollar.
Right.
And I know that he'll get the most fighting Teofimo Lopez pay-per-view.
But let him tell it he can't make 140 no more. Let him tell it. That's the reason he looked so bad in that last fight.
Shit, now he'll do it for the money now. I think he overlooked Jack Catterall too. I think he overlooked him. I think for him there was like a homecoming fight, overlooking him and stuff like that.
For sure.
Because if he really wanted, I think he overlooked him. He tried to get that money, homecoming fight. Because if he really wanted to drop the belt, why he didn't drop the belt? He didn't really need to fight Jack Catterall. He already beat Jose Ramirez for undisputed.
Right.
Was it Jack Catterall?
My thing is, he says he can't make 140, and I don't think he could survive at 147. To be honest with you, I mean, I don't see him being a champion at 147.
I think so. I think I see a good fight. I think I could see a good fight in the UK with him and Conor Benn in the future, maybe.
Yeah, but that fight's gonna be in a while anyway. I like to talk about a couple of fights before you guys. I just came back as well. It's fights that's happening now, and nobody's talking about this fight much, and I don't know why. And Punch was at the first fight. What do you think about Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano, Chico?
Was that for me?
Yeah, bro.
Oh! I like Charlo. I like Charlo, man.
Tell me, talk to me.
I see Charlo getting him out of there about 9th, 10th round.
Really? So you think Charlo's gonna actually stop Brian Castano?
I think he's gonna stop him.
Are we not getting a bit hyped up with that? You think Brian Castano?
I just wanted to put a little emphasis on that. I mean, just to make it clear.
Okay. What do you think, Punch? You think Jermell Charlo gonna be able to stop Brian Castano?
Yeah, I got him stopping Brian Castano in the 10th round. I think Jermell Charlo is he throws more hot on punch. If he starts the way that he ended the last fight, he got this in a bag. He got this in a bag, in my opinion. But Brian Castano, a prestige.
The first time.
I don't think he underestimated. I think the people underestimated, because I remember during the fight week, he was saying it. He said, "Man, people don't know Brian Castano. A lot of people's underestimating him and stuff like that." So I don't think that he underestimated. I think that Jermell Charlo fought he don't throw a lot of punches like that, and I think that's what keeps him from getting these guys out, getting them in trouble early. But once Jermell Charlo starts letting his hands go, it's hard to catch up. The same thing with Tony Harrison. When Jermell Charlo start letting his hands go, he's a different fighter.
But
he's a different animal.
But you don't think that he's gonna be on the back foot again, running around on his bike? You don't think that Jermell Charlo gonna be pop shotting, getting his shots off, then moving out of the way, using the distance, moving his, you know what I mean? So I mean, this guy, he did well, but let's not forget the aggressor was Brian Castano. Brian Castano was taking the fight and trying to close the distance. Jermell Charlo was on his bike. So what's he going to do different here? Is he going to stand his ground now? Is he going to be able to stand in the pocket now? Is he going to bring the fight forward to Brian Castano? Because on the last fight, bro, this man was on his bike. And that's the style of fighting that he did to win the fight. I mean, it was a draw, but some people had him winning, some people had him losing.
Well, he did in the champ. How he fought in the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th round.
Right. So at that point, the fight was a little bit changed. But let's not forget, at most of the fight, he was the one moving around the ring, while Brian Castano was trying to cut the distance and make it a brawl.
Yeah, because he could do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. You could fight backwards. That doesn't mean that you're going to succeed. But then you could adjust, and then you could fight on the inside, and now you could be the one that's pursuing Brian Castano. He had the intangible to adjust to a different style. So that's why I say, if he starts the way that he ended, what did Brian Castano do? How he made his adjustment? He couldn't do shit. Couldn't do shit to Jermell Charlo.
But we can't say he couldn't do shit, bro. He was
watch the championship rounds. I mean, you asking me? I always say it. Go watch the championship rounds. Do your film study.
Yeah,
Go watch the championship rounds, and then, or you could probably watch it right now while we talking. You let me know what he did.
Well, we have to remember he was still cutting the distance. He was landing shots. He was punching his arms, his shoulders. You know what I mean? He was catching him. It's just that Jermell Charlo wasn't. Yeah, Jermell Charlo had good moments in that fight, but he didn't totally dominate in that fight.
He dominated the championship rounds.
In that fight, though. You know what I mean?
He dominated the championship rounds. My analysis is if he starts.
You don't even agree with those analyses in other fights sometimes when somebody wins championship rounds.
No. What I'm saying, the style, if he throws a lot of punches like he did in the championship rounds, if he starts the way he finishes, I have him stopping him. If he's going to be the Charlo that's going to pick his shots and not throw high volume punches, he's going to have a tough time beating Brian Castaño. If he starts the way he finished the last fight, I see him stopping. Say he's a different fighter when he throws a lot of punches. I'm not talking about the championship rounds. He won the championship round, so he won. I'm not giving you the Oscar de la Hoya Trinidad theory. I'm saying what he did in the championship rounds, that style of fighting, that style of Jermell Charlo is going to stop Brian Castaño.
But the thing is, right, Jermell Charlo is going to wait and take his time. He's not going to be able to stop a hungry warrior like Brian Castaño in the early rounds anyway. He's going to have to wait, absorb his time, move around, try and get Brian Castaño tired. And once he feels he's comfortable, he might change and adapt to see if he can try and hurt Brian. But to begin with, nah, he's going to fight the same fight to begin with, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the beauty of watching the rematch. Let's see what type of adjustments both of these fighters are going to make. What type of adjustment you think Brian Castaño is going to make?
He's just going to come forward.
Also, he's going to get beaten.
Well, we don't know. He won the last fight.
Now, he didn't win the last fight.
Well, a lot of people had it winning, though.
I mean, there's feelings, but that's not
how can that be? A lot of people saw the fight. They scored it and they said that he won.
I know. I'm saying that's feelings. That's not facts. The facts is that it was a draw.
What did you score the fight?
116, 112, Jermell Charlo.
So you had Jermell Charlo winning?
Of course I had Jermell Charlo winning.
Some people felt the aggression of Brian Castaño cutting the ring off, coming forward all night, like Amanda Serrano was coming forward with Katie Taylor all night. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day...
And who won the fight?
Katie Taylor won the fight.
Okay.
But a lot of people felt like Amanda Serrano won that fight.
Right? It's all feelings, right? But the facts, what is it? What's the facts?
Well, we already know what's on paper.
Yeah, that's it. You're going by the facts, and feelings is just feelings.
I think Charlo will pick up the pace a lot earlier this fight. I think he'll by third round he'll be back to where he, like you said, where he picking up where he left off.
Yeah.
I don't know that he'll do it immediately, you know what I'm saying, from round one, but I
he might get hurt if he does it immediately like he did last time.
Say that again?
He might get hurt if he does it immediately. He has to understand that, let's not forget, Brian Castaño he hurt Jermell Charlo on the last fight. You know what I mean? So he can bang. He can hurt Charlo. Charlo needs to take his time. He got to box an educated fight. He got to wait for Brian Castaño to get tired. Once he can absorb his punches, then boom, he might be able to, work the pace and up the pace on him and try and land some lever on the man. But hey, ain't gonna be easy.
This is gonna be tough. Why I say when it was time to make adjustments, Jermell Charlo made the adjustments and hit to a level where Brian Castaño just couldn't reach. So if I take that into consideration, it's almost like when we analyze Wilder and Fury, right? Fury, we saw that last round. He got back up and then he's like, yo, and Fury found what did Fury say? If I did to him what I was doing in the 12th round, that's the way I needed to fight the next fight, and that's what he did. He took it to Deontay Wilder the way that he did in that 12th round when he figured out, damn, this is the way that I could beat this guy.
Yeah,
he did that in the second fight. Same thing with Jermell Charlo. Maybe Jermell Charlo will take that last 3 rounds and say, man, this is the way I gotta fucking beat this guy. Fuck, I'm backing up for this guy, man. This guy can't handle my power or when I'm throwing a lot of punches. Maybe.
Okay, so you got to match him in the middle of the ring now.
I think I think that's the way that the rounds that he did win, though, it was that in the middle of the ring. I think the Brian Castaño problem, it wasn't a problem. His effective aggression is not a problem. Is that it's like when I said what I felt, how I analyzed the fight and how I scored it. If I'm in the arena, I'm only seated in one place. So you're going to compromise one of the judges. All the scorecards don't look alike. So if all your work is in the ropes, is in the corner, the ropes, you compromising the judge. Not every judge is going to see that work. So the best thing is be in the middle of the ring. Now, if you're in the middle of the ring with Jermell Charlo, you're going to get your ass cooked. That's what I say.
We'll see. Let's see if Jermell Charlo will come back like Tyson Fury if he believes in himself to, fight that kind of fight. He might still get on his bike and wait for his opportunity later.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
I think that Jermell Charlo, I think both of these fighters are young, are smart fighters. You know what I'm saying? They smart fighters at this stage of their career. I think they understand their style and what they could do good. I just think that I saw a perfect Brian Castaño within his style, and it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough.
No, I hear you, bro. I mean, it's a big fight, and I'm sure everyone's hyped up for that fight, mate, after the Canelo. But then we got, what's his name? You got our friend, ain't we, Chico? What do you think of Nonito Donaire versus Monster Inoue?
I'm looking forward to part 2.
You're looking forward to that rematch?
Yeah. What's the date for it?
Who wins?
June 7th. Tokyo.
7th. I'm riding with Donaire.
What?
I'm riding with Donaire.
Respect. Why? How does he win?
How does he win? I just see an action-packed fight, and I'm just pulling it's hard for me. A lot of times, it's hard for me to pick. You know, when there's a good fight on, I mean, I just enjoy the fight for the most part. Yeah, I can't really. Yeah.
Got ya. Yeah. I mean, that's a big fight for Nonito Donaire for sure.
I'm signing out for now, fellas.
Yeah, all right, brother.
Thanks for having me on, man. Nice talking to y'all, man.
Yeah,
all right, man.
Bro.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Respect, bro. No, man, that's a huge fight for Nonito Donaire, man. You met Nonito Donaire on when you was out in New York, innit?
Yes, sir.
So he was training Jesse Vargas, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. This fight, he did good. I bet, Jesse Vargas, I'm sure Nonito tried his hardest. They tried their hardest. Maybe it's the end of the road for Jesse Vargas, bro.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, Punch, we had a great show today, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, everybody, man. Good looking now, man, for tuning in. Tomorrow, Wednesday, gonna be a good day. I'm trying to get an interview with somebody. Let me see if I could get a surprise guest tomorrow. And then we got Cinco de Mayo on Thursday. Can't wait. So yeah, man, subscribe to Rap Star Boxing Knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, everybody that tuned in. Ride of the Storm, everybody, all the members, all the people that smashed the like button, everybody in the chat. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.